Hey, we love that umbrella guy. All right. Thank you.
I'm calling from Los Angeles, and I'm having a little problem under the name ThATuMBRELLAgUY. I sent him my phone number at least 20 times in the chat and told him to call me. He ignored me. I'm a man. I filed the report. If you guys could take a look at it and give me a call back, I would love to hear what you guys can do to help us. We really need to kind of stop this guy at least until Monday. I told him to call me. I'm a man.
You know what? I talked to your mayor.
Army of one. Getting masked up and rolling over snitches. Sitting them like the cruise line, baby, to throw out the E-stitches. A wrecking ball to all their scams, the grips they sold as free. The lawyers, the lies, the 50s is K, blocking out the only me. How many claims are left in ruins? Oh, let us count the ways. A memorial, 20K on fencing, a fortune turned into 18K. What's the sound of two brain cells fighting for last place? If you guess the ecosystem, that's right. You got lies about money, a fortune squandered, thousands flagrantly misused. And unlike sickness, there's sadly no cure for stupid. This isn't just a mic drop, it's yet another nuke, asking what they're gonna do when their money turns to poof. The greatest truth out there, they know the truth in what I wrote. But to quote you ecosystem pals, they've already tossed you off the boat. I hope you can float, lady, because they've abandoned you. Abandoned. That's right.
What's up, folks? Man, how's it going today? What a crazy, crazy day, man. Oh, I've got a raider already here. Hey, give me a hug real fast. You gotta go upstairs. Come
I
here.
hit my head.
She just got home, so she's
I
telling me
hit
hi.
my head.
Oh, let me give it a kiss.
I
All right.
love you.
I love you
Yeah.
too. All right, go upstairs. Go
Yep.
play. Yeah, don't smack my fat belly.
Yes, a fat
Don't
belly.
smack my fat belly.
Dad knows you have a fat belly.
Don't smack my fat belly.
Dad knows you have
I
a
know.
fat belly.
I
now.
know. They heard it drumming. All right, give me 5. Go upstairs.
Jump.
Yeah.
What about fish?
Yep, I saw your jump.
Fish, but
All right, fist buddy bump. There we go. Close my door for me.
buddy bump.
Such a nut.
Love you.
Love you too. She just got home though, so
And
she's
when I say
she's
we
excited.
later, I love you forever.
Yeah, I know. So today, oh man, flying solo, maybe not. It sounded like so. Megan's Power, just a note, it hit a brick wall, right? And then it sounds like it's trying to come back. So we'll see. It was telling her though she wasn't willing to chance it because it was telling her it was going to be out until like 10 o'clock, which is I think 11 o'clock my time. So, usually that means it's going to be down for a few hours. But no, it looks like it's been trying to kick back in. So we'll see if she manages or not. And it's a big day today, by the way. It is a huge, huge day today. Why? Well, because something we've been saying was coming is actually here. We get to reveal a few things about it today. Oh my gosh, what could we be talking about? We are talking about ye old litigation. That's right. Man, you want to see something amazing? Check this out. The lawsuit we've been talking about. Look at this here. We decided, so we were having some conversations with lawyers. Well, I can't speak for every party in something, by the way. Megan said she's waiting on the internet. So if her internet comes up, she'll get to talk about this too. But it'll give me a minute to talk about my thinking process on this. Now, when we first talked about litigation, I said that I want a lawyer that's willing to go all the way. Well, when these people started aiming at Randy, I thought, man, who is one of the most motivated lawyers out there that actually knows this? You could get somebody to come in and you could get somebody to take your case, sure. But who knows this case? Who knows all this stuff? Because, it's really hard to explain this to an outsider. You know how long it takes to explain the lore and the insanity of everything going on? And the reason that matters, by the way, is because somebody outside of it might actually, they might miss something. So who would be the best lawyer that might actually know that? It would be a Randy. You could co-counsel. You could have him, you could be co-litigants, rather, not co-counsel, but you could be co-litigants and roll up in there and just form am I concerned about putting my info out? Now, my info is already out there, Val. Like, these people put my info on paperwork. So my name was already put there. In fact, they thought it would be a good idea. See, this is what the ecosystem, these clowns don't get. People like Leslie Federico's. She thought that she would go in and dox people. Now, my information's been out there. You could find it. But she thought it would be a grand idea. Like, she would go and dox, like she did to Shizzy, for example. That information. Now, again, I figured I'm guessing that's right. I mean, I don't know. I've never looked it up. But she tried. She definitely tried. She did it to other people too, but she used the lawsuit as the way to do it. She put my real name in there. So you know what? I'm like, okay, you like my real name? Sure. Maybe you'll look at it for the next 2 fucking years while we sue you for it. Marvel at it. Marvel at its grandeur. No, I own my own name. I'm not worried about that. When I started live streaming, I didn't actually think of hiding my face or anything. When I first did reviews, I actually was doing product reviews, and my YouTube channel was actually secondary to doing some stuff with Amazon. So you would see my hands while I messed with products, and that would be about it. I never put my face on there, and I continued with that, but my name hadn't been out there. And then, well, some nasty people put it out there. But people like Leslie Federico's, they wanted to be damaging with it. And she tried to take a wrecking ball to everybody. And there are a lot of motivated folks. Now, some people have claims. Some people don't have claims, It just depends. But this is your lineup right now. Power lineup, baby. Yeah. There. Oh, man. I think I hear the beat.
I am so annoyed. I'm more angry than I would have been if it didn't come back on. I need to work.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
I was like, are you sure you want me to delete that?
I'm
We
like,
better. I
yes.
was like, you're sure you want me to hit that button? Oh my God.
Son of a gun.
Yeah, Megan hit me at, what was it, 6:45. My time, sevens
Yeah.
would go up, and she's like, oh, my power's out. Oh my God.
I knew this was going to happen. I knew it.
Yeah,
Because I
but
was out and
if
I
you would've-
came home and the oven light was flashing. The oven clock was
Yeah.
flashing. So I'm like, oh, we had a brownout while I was gone. That's not good for later. That's going to mean I'm going to lose it again, because that's always what happens. It goes out, it comes right back on, and then in a few hours, it goes down for hours. And I was like, when's it coming? When's it coming? And sure enough, I am just finishing up a brand new video for all of you tonight with a brand new, a remix of an old song, and everything goes down.
Well, this litigation this is one heck of a document by itself, because it goes over now with everything people know. We really do need to review, because our grounds for suing is, well, obviously her BS lawsuit, but on top of that, you look at everything that she put in it, all the lies and all the insanity. So we need to go over all of that thing. And we're talking about a filing, as you can see here. Oh man, well, how many pages is that? 117 pages is what that equaled out to.
Yeah, because all the attachments, the exhibits, are all of her crazy ass filings and Michael Ferderigo's filings.
Yes, you notice. Yeah, I'm glad you're here to talk about it. Yeah, you notice there's not one defendant there. There are two defendants. Nope. Dun, dun, dun.
Yeah, a bunch of you were like, why did Michael add himself as a defendant? I'm like, no, he didn't add himself.
Yeah, no, he definitely didn't add himself.
No, we did that for him. Yeah. Don't worry. Because here's why. He's complicit in this. He is the one. We thought for a while, like, is she just using his number and, doing this stuff without his knowledge? No, it turns out she's doing all of this with his knowledge and his help. So he's going down for it too. Period.
Yep. 100%. I mean, that's unfortunately for her and unfortunately for him. I mean, this is something we said would happen. And I do value my word. I very much value my word on that, just like Megan values her word on it. And we said from go, if these people aimed at us and she wanted to go down this route, that we would sue her for it. I mean, she tried to ruin people's lives. The stuff, again, she did. Like, let's not forget. Like, we see all the crazy, but under that, she used the lawsuit to dox people.
Yes, she did. She sure did. She used her bullshit excuse of a lawsuit to give her a cover to put people's addresses out there as if she needed it because she was suing us. But of course, she never had any intention of suing anyone. She wasn't going to serve anyone. This was all a PR stunt for her twisted sense of inflated self, as inflated as those lips of hers. And she's going to find out.
There you go. Look, welcome to the lawsuit. What's up, Jeremy?
Thanks, Jeremy. Thanks for sharing your attorney.
Yes, we're glad. Well, that was the thing I was saying. Okay, when I wanted, like I said, I wanted to make sure that my counsel had teeth. They wanted this, and in talking to Randy, because again, I'm not talking to Randy to like to send something or anything. I've not had conversations like, hey, Randy, what's up? We're not pals or anything in this. We've interviewed Jeremy for stuff. I've sent a couple of things Randy's way because Bruce is sending it was evidence, but I've not had my chit chats there. But I did because I was looking for counsel, And the one thing that I found was that he's very knowledgeable, and he knows this case. Like, you can tell that in documents.
Case backwards and forwards, he knows this case, and
he is highly motivated.
Yeah, they've come after him personally, and that's probably not a good idea, but whatever.
Yeah.
We're 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 moving forward, and this one already got served, FYI.
Yep.
Service has already been affected. So
Oh yeah, this is happening. Like we ain't dodging this one. I mean, these people again. They said that they had no grounds for it. She said that she does this as placeholder litigation. So she never meant to go forward with litigation against us. She just put it out there so that people, when they search our names, that they would find some negative about us.
Yep. She intended for her lawsuit to cause reputational damage to those people she named in it. I don't know if you know this or not, but that's not allowed.
No, not at all. They should know. Actually, she very much so should know better. We were talking about, and her attorney at the time, who has been her attorney in many other wonderful bouts. There's a lot of questions about practicing law and other stuff too that I guess could be answered with all of this as well.
Mm-hmm.
But I thought it was, Leslie knew that she wasn't going to do this anyway, because she named a bunch of people that she didn't go through the basics to launch litigation against. The whole cease and desist mess. I mean, for myself, she never even made contact with me ever. So she didn't even do like the basics with me. For you, the same thing. The way that she played that. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, it was pretty bad. It was pretty bad. I couldn't even tell if it was a real cease and desist. I didn't know even who wrote it.
Yeah, and you tried to. Well, you reached out to the name to the email that's on file, for the counsel that was listed, and you received no answers back.
Yeah, I did indeed, and I got no response. I was convinced that he hadn't sent it.
Yeah, I was kind of surprised that he's at least taking credit for being involved. So I'm going to say he's been involved this whole time. I mean, if he's saying he is, okay, that's fine. I guess you're in one of those weird spots anyway. And like, if he wasn't involved, he was anyway, like what could he really, I mean, that's a bad place to be no matter what. So if she was using his license and doing all this stuff, I mean, they're married. They share equal liability. Plus, it would hit him in the law license too. I cannot believe these people, though. They wanted to game around. They wanted to go this route. I thought we were very reasonable in stating, hey, you want out of this thing, fine. I'm willing to will and deal, but only for a little while.
Yep.
Not willing to will and deal anymore, by the way.
Nope.
No, baby.
So let's see. Since we said that this was coming, how many days has it been? About 7?
Yeah.
This was going to happen.
Yeah.
It's funny because there's another group of people who continues to threaten lawsuits, all kinds of things, threatening, oh, it's coming, don't worry, it's coming. It's been going on for a year now, and nothing has been filed.
I tell you,
it took us all of 1 week
to
get this filed.
I tell you, those people, they want to play that game. They want to do that. That's fine, but I will for sure. I will definitely sue them for it. Like I said, I do not like suing. That does not mean that I will be their whipping dog, Now,
let this be a lesson to you. Do not file frivolous lawsuits against us. You will face the music for it.
Yeah.
You will. You will not get away with it. We will not ignore it. We will not pretend it didn't happen. So you file something. You've been threatening to file something for a year. You have no cause of action and you know it. So you might want to just hang around for a minute and see what happens here so that you'll see what's coming for you if you do it. Just saying.
Well, and it'll be really interesting too, because just like certain people, I don't think thought they would be defendants. Well,
Right. I'm sure that Doritos didn't think he was going to be a defendant in this, but he is, because he allowed his law license to be used the way he did, to
yep.
abuse the process,
And
to
he
maliciously
is,
prosecute.
he is in it to win. He's in it too. Let's pull that up first, actually, before we pull this. The service. So we actually have the it has already happened. Interestingly enough, we were talking about something. I was surprised by the speed of that. At least they didn't. So here, we have all of our wonderful. All of us. Look at that. Ooh, look at us. Aren't we nice there? Versus Leslie and Michael. So the acceptance of service. Come now, the respondents there. By and through, we have Michael representing himself and Leslie so far. So he's representing them so far there. Hereby files an acceptance of service. So they have been served. So we don't have to do the little song and dance, making sure they get served during this.
There won't be any blue painter's tape taping anything to anybody's door.
Give me 1 second. I got to write. She just got home, so she's wild for the moment.
Okay.
Yeah, you hear that? I mean, she just came in. She came in from grandma's house, too. So she's like
all sugared up and
Yes.
ready to go.
Yeah, you mean JJ's? You can hear that. Yeah. I'll be right back. Give me a second.
Okay. All right. So chat. This is interesting. So yeah, the acceptance of service happened right away. I'm assuming because Michael got it by the e-service. He just sent back a reply saying, I'll accept service for myself and my client, who is his wife. Yeah, they're not going to fight that. So that's good. We're not going to have to chase them down with undercover private eyes with blue painter's tape. That was easy. So at least she did that. But now she's going to have to explain to a judge why she did what she did, and wait till we get to it, really. I'm not even sure if we really went over her lawsuit in great detail before, but there will be a need to do that now, because it's going to all relate to what is happening here. But yes, they have been served. How you doing, chat? How's it going? I'll tell you what, I am so pissed at New York. I mean, we don't lose power here all that often, but when we lose it, it's usually down for hours. I think I would have preferred that it was out all night than coming back right when I would normally have gone live and I had already had Tug kill the show. Oh, man. I'm so annoyed. So annoyed. I'm just reading the chat. Yeah, rural New York is interesting. So when we lose power, it's like me and my neighbor across the street. And then the people down the way from us, they're on a different power grid. So they always have their power and we don't. It's like, how do I get on their power grid? That's what I need. I need to be on their power grid, whichever one the ones down the way are on.
Man. She was like, I was like, do you want to go upstairs and play, or do you want to go to bed? She was like, I'm going to bed. Come tuck me in. I was like, you'll make me climb those steps.
She wants to go to bed. That worked up already? Wow, I'm surprised.
Yeah, she's been going since early. Like she got woke up real early. It's like time to go to Gigi's. But I was like, oh my god. I've been walking my miles in the morning. Got my steps in. Then I went down to Murfreesboro, and I was like, why did I do this? Because I got another 2 or 3 miles in. And now my legs feel like rubber. I was like, I can't walk these steps. I want to die. Oh, my God. I made it, though. I'm back. All right. Yeah, you need to you need you need a power that's trustworthy, kind of like I do. I guess I can't really make fun of you for it.
Yeah, I know, right? I just
I was
hate
like,
how like excuse the pun, but you feel powerless because there's nothing you can do about it. You can't just flip a switch. I mean, if I were to get a backup generator to power my whole house, it would cost something like 20 grand. Like, who has an extra 20 grand sitting around? Like, especially not after the garage build, which is way over budget. I don't even want to talk about it. It's so bad. It's crazy. It's crazy. I don't know how people are surviving today with what everything costs. I really
know, man. I can't even believe it. For food is nuts.
Food is insane. I had to pick up chicken today. Just chicken. And while I was there, I picked up like a bunch of chicken breasts and a bunch of chicken thighs. Just 2 packages though. Like I didn't go crazy or anything. And I got 2 heads of cauliflower and 4 lemons. Does anybody want to guess how much money I spent on 4 lemons?
$132.
Well, it's not that bad. But 2 packages of chicken, 4 lemons, and 2 heads of cauliflower cost $36. That's insane. That's insane.
Yeah, indeed.
How are people surviving?
Well, that's what. It's crazy. The last time I went to Walmart, I was like, "Oh my god, man!" I've been trying to go to the farmers market and things like that, to get away a little bit, but it's not like that's any cheaper either.
Yeah, it's not.
Nope. Like, good lord, man. I know today I had doctor appointments down. So, they force you to pay stuff before you go in. And they made me pay $674 today. I was like, God.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't even want to know what my electric bill is going to be with the air conditioning we've had to have on because it's been 90 degrees for like 4 days in a row.
Mm-hmm.
Ugh. Also, when did a head of cauliflower become $5?
That should not ever be.
$5 for 1 head of cauliflower?
No, that should not ever be. We used to make spaghetti squash and stuff like that, and the spaghetti squashes are freaking outrageous too. Ugh.
Yeah, I do have chickens, chat, but I don't eat them. They're just for eggs.
They're just for looks.
They're kind of like very expensive pets. I'm not sure why I have them. Okay.
They're decorative.
They're decorative chickens.
Yeah. Yeah.
But if it gets much worse out there, they're headed for the chopping block. I'll put it that way.
Well, you better lay a golden egg because the price of gold is up. So that is good anyway. Get those suckers laying it.
I don't know. Like, I can't imagine having to pluck them, though. They're my pets.
Ugh, that's a lot of work anyway, even without the pets part.
It is.
Yes, by the way, hey, we still, despite like flipping channels and stuff, we still managed 2,800 people. That's pretty good, to be honest. I didn't know how, it was a little speedy at the moment trying to reset over here. So that was pretty good, People, if you like the content, make sure that you are subscribed. Hit that like button, by the way. It is absolutely free. And if you'd like to go further, if you'd like to drop a little bit of that cauliflower money. Because it's hard out there.
It's really hard out there.
It's hard out there for a pimp. Oh, no. Look at this, man. This is beautiful. It took a minute to get it all situated, signing everything, talking to, just making sure everything was situated.
Right.
Making sure, understanding causes of action. Because again, it's not something you take like, this is a person that has sued countless other people. And there's no guarantee they wouldn't try to pull this shit again with us.
Oh, I guarantee you she's going to do it again. If it's not us, it'll be somebody else.
Yeah. I mean, she's done this to family, to clients. You know, people when she was practicing, she had clients that were like, yo, there's problems here. You know, we've got some problems. We're going to complain to the bar. Oh, lawsuit for them too. You know, and when she did this to even her own family members, her making those crazy videos like the Hodunk Hillbilly videos, she did that to family members. So nobody's off limits. But she's never had anybody say, wait a minute. You know, a lot of times the cause of action, like, was she screwed up in this for Jeremy Hales. He managed to get in with service. So she screwed up by letting him actually come after her that way. So she didn't expect that. You could tell. She may have talked a big game about it and stuff, but she never expected that. And then when she was goofing off, she messed up with us because she added us. You know, she made all of her stupid threats and everything. She took us out of it. Then she decided, you know, she would threaten and say, hey, I'm going to keep you around for 2 years. I can do whatever I want. I can add you anytime. We're like, all right, do it then. So she re-added us, you know. And then after all the crazy, she decided to drop us and drop the litigation. So
Twice.
She messed up there. Yeah.
She really messed up by doing it twice because that guarantees that you have a judgment in your favor.
That's when you make your mistakes there.
So when Lisa says stupid things like, you don't have a case because you weren't served. Oh, not only were we served, we got a judgment in our favor.
Yes, indeed. You know, we won.
So just because she didn't actually serve us doesn't mean that it was basically as if it were waived and we got a judgment and we won.
Yep.
So yeah, suck it. Suck on it, Lisa, because you're wrong as usual.
I love it though. We definitely have grounds for litigation. And right here again, you know, these are people that she created so much usable in the court content that it's not even funny, you know. And her claims again, if she's sitting around being like, I'm going to countersue from this stuff. Look, what we're suing her for is she brought this litigation. She sued us twice in there for garbage claims, and if she wants to bring some garbage claim again, well, we've already done that dance, haven't we?
Mm-hmm.
So that'll be fun. It will be her filing that she made. Like anything that she tries to bring up for this stuff, her filing is her own worst enemy. You know, that old, it doesn't matter what she puts in. I'd be like, see this thing.
You know what I love that's included in here is the filing that her husband made into Jeremy's other case.
Oh, yeah. That's what I've been saying, man.
They
that is
thought
such
they
a
were
mess.
going to get away with it.
Mm-hmm. That was so dumb to do. You know?
So dumb.
Like, she really screwed up. See, a lot of people have forgotten about... She did that on a federal and state level, you know, which is wild when you think about it. She didn't just enter like a federal case or a state case. She did both levels. Here's one of them. This is what we're talking about, by the way. If people have forgotten about this for any reason whatsoever, let me pull this up here and show it to you, because this stuff is, I mean, it's nuts, you know, because we also can't forget that 2L used her filing as part of her claims. She was saying, look at this case right here. But if you look, you know, these are, I believe this is the thumbnail. Let me say, order denied, motion for, this is thumbnail litigation. So in every case that had come up, you'll notice right here, you have on 615, notice of related cases to demonstrate defendants' actions similar in other filed Florida cases. This is her taking this litigation she never planned to move forward with whatsoever and shoving it into other cases to try to do
Yep.
damage with it.
Look at that, 107 pages. And by the way, I mean, this is, which case is this that she put it into?
This is the thumbnail. She put it in Fed 2.
She put it in
thumbnail.
Fed 2 as well. And let's talk about her putting it in Fed 2. That judge is already pissed off at everybody. You think he wants to see a 107-page filing pop up in that docket? Oh my God.
Yeah, let me see. I think I've got that one too, actually. Let me see. Is that it? Yeah, because I was shocked that she pulled that, you know, because it actually, you can see her name in the Fed 2 one. Here's the one where she pulled it for Fed 2. That was, again, it was brazen that she was doing this stuff. You could tell what it was for. So here you can see, again, this is in document 70. You can see where she puts in the notice. When the notice rolls in, it's a related state civil case by Leslie Ferdorigos with Michael's name on it too. So way to screw up right there. I mean, that's a huge screw up, because when she decided to drop that case, this tells you all of this was malicious. This is a problem for her.
Oh yeah, it's a problem for him too.
Yeah, for sure.
They did this in multiple cases.
And again, that 2L filing, I think I would be bringing that thing up too. Look, hey, she not only did that, but she joined in a malicious conspiracy in order to destroy the client, my client here. And yeah, you can see proof of it. You know, I remember the timeline on that. See, there was no way that they saw the filing that came up and she was like, hey, I'm going to reference that and put it in mine, because she filed a 20-something page filing. You had 2L1 do it after Leslie filed 12 hours prior. So within 12 hours, they have a 20 plus page document ready to go and drop it into the e-system. No way. No freaking way. There's no way that you can excuse that. You can tell that they were plotting this behind the scenes.
Unbelievable.
Stupid is what it was. Very stupid. I love this. We're gonna be talking about this thing there, because there's a lot in here that we have. We've learned a lot about it over the last few months, so we might as well do. All right, so. Plaintiffs here hereby sue defendants Michael Ferdorigos and Leslie Ferdorigos and allege, first of all, let's do the parties. We have Jeremy Hales. He is, of course, Ohio. We have his LLC, of course, Ohio. We have George making her appearance. George coming in from Ohio. We have Megan Mash 'em Up Fox coming in from the New Yorks. And we have that umbrella guy, Mathin. Mathin is in from Tennessee. And our defendants, of course, they roll in the Ferdorigos twins. They're rolling in from Oak State, Florida.
Ferdorigos twins.
Wonder Twin powers activate.
The only way you can tell them apart is because one of them has too much Botox.
Oh no. Shape of vexatious litigation. Yay. Oh no. All right. You want to read some?
Sure. Yeah. You want me to pick up there?
Yeah, you can pick up on jurisdiction.
All right, let's see. Jurisdiction and venue. This court has subject matter jurisdiction over this action pursuant to Florida Constitutional Article 5B in Florida statute.
So you were just singing me.
Yes, this is an action at law in which the matter in controversy exceeds $50,000, exclusive of interest, costs, and attorney's fees. This court has personal jurisdiction over Michael Federigos as he is a resident of Orange County, Florida, and also kind of an asshole. This court also has personal jurisdiction over Leslie Federigos and her big lips as she is a resident of Orange County, Florida. Venue is proper in Orange County, Florida, pursuant to the Florida statute, blah, 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 as the defendants reside in Orange County, Florida. Statement of facts. On or about May 19th, 2025, defendant Leslie Federigos filed a lawsuit by and through her attorney, defendant Michael Federigos, against all plaintiffs, Jeremy Hales, George, me, Mathen, in the Circuit Court of the 9th Judicial Circuit of Orange County, hereinafter the original lawsuit. In the lawsuit, defendant Leslie Federigos, by and through her attorney, the defendant, Michael Federigos, alleged claims of defamation, invasion of privacy, intentional infliction of emotional distress, negligent infliction of emotional distress, cyberstalking, harassment, civil conspiracy, and tortious interference with business relationships against the plaintiffs.
Imagine all of that stuff that she had no God, my word just died out of me. She was not planning on going forward. Look at that. I hate it when I lose a word there. I was like, she had no, wait, what's the word? I was going, no. She was not going to go forward. Drawing a blank. Dun, dun, dun. Look, oh man, I am
thought train derailed.
I am so shattered by this. I lost my thoughts. It's cost me words. No, I mean, for real though, people are staring down litigation. They know, I mean, you know in your gut, this person isn't going to go forward with it, but you know what you're seeing. You're seeing them do intentional damage to people. You see them doxing people. You see them bringing up where people live, you know, and it's crazy, and feeding it to folks like paint chips, you know, these people are nuts.
Oh yeah. Feeding the information to known harassers for hire. Sick. This is sick behavior. Republishing revenge porn.
Yes, that is going to be a very interesting portion of this too.
Yes, it will. And I especially like when we get down to paragraph 23, I have things to say.
So on June 16th, 2025, defendant Leslie Federigos filed a motion to amend the original lawsuit by and through defendant Michael Federigos, acknowledging the plaintiffs had not yet been served with process. Now, defendant lawsuit arose after defendant Leslie Federigos participated in interviews regarding ongoing litigation involving plaintiff Jeremy Hale, despite having no prior involvement with the plaintiffs. And that is admitted, by the way.
None.
You know?
Zero.
Yep.
Zip. Nothing.
She decided that she would get involved, you know, and again, if she just wanted to do an interview and that was that, hey, whatever. I mean, again, you can cover cases and stuff. That's not the problem. People need to understand that wasn't the issue, at fault here. Look at what she does with it, though. So defendant Michael Federigos failed to conduct a reasonable investigation of facts and law before filing the original lawsuit. That is indeed true. Yep. That is indeed true.
He would have realized his wife didn't have a fucking leg to stand on because somebody called her a Muppet.
Yes, indeed.
Not even. Someone said she looked like a Muppet.
Not just that. Okay, again, she keeps making claims. She made all these wild accusations. And what were they based on? They were based on some random people over on Facebook, anonymous accounts. She came up with this insane conspiracy, which I think is funny now because now we're all co-litigants coming after her. Now we do have some kind of bond. There was no conspiracy, but now she's actually given us cause of action to get together and do something, you know? So where there wasn't anything ever before except talking about a case that involved somebody and agreeing that that person was in the right. Now, like I said, we are co-litigants in the Fun times there. What an idiot, man. She was like, they've got this conspiracy, and Jeremy Hales, he's running this this group over here on Facebook. It's like, what in the world? What are you basing that on exactly? Nothing.
Yeah, she could sue us over randos posting anonymously on Facebook.
Yep.
The other thing that really made me laugh hard is that we know she had multiple anonymous accounts that she was posting under. She admitted to them. She
Yep.
admitted to them. But the fact that she had all these accounts in her mind somehow made it true that I also had anonymous accounts that I was using. I had to, and in her estimation, it was because she did it, so I must have been doing it too.
And she
kid you
said
not.
that. She said that way. That was the wild thing about it. She was essentially saying that, well, she goes over there and does that, so Megan Fox does that.
Isn't that crazy? I've never had an anonymous account on Facebook ever. I don't have the wherewithal to remember different passwords. Like, I can't do it. I have too many passwords as it is. To me, that is way too much trouble. I have always been myself on all social media under my name. Anything I post is under my name because I stand behind it. There is nothing I ever post that I don't stand behind, that I would want to be anonymous. I've never done it. I don't do it. So
Don't create
go ahead and
sock
get.
accounts.
I
think
hope
that's
they
what I
do
call it.
subpoena Facebook. I hope they do, because
Oh, yeah.
you'll never find any other accounts linked to
No,
me.
nor mine. I've never posted anonymously on any of those boards, so good luck with that. I post everything that that I want seen. I posted. I think I posted one thing in that group, and I post everything else on the that my own Facebook page, because I know people will post it over in that Facebook group if I want people to read it, you know. So it's all good to go. I don't have to do that, but I don't, you know, if I'm going to post something, it ties back into the channel and everything else. It has a purpose. Like everything I do has a purpose. I'm not randomly freaking, you know, bitching or moaning on freaking Facebook like that. That's not what's happening. Like I said, I have a purpose for everything that I'm talking about. And it all ties back to what we're talking about, which we do here. So it's so funny though. I mean, she also forgot to remove a few of those accounts that she left alone. You know? You
Oh,
what,
yeah.
kiddo? Hey, you're supposed to be in bed, child.
Just check on you.
You're supposed to check in on me? Okay.
Just checking on you.
Well, you can check on me real fast. Come here. But then you got to go get back in bed. No, no.
Katana.
No, that's not a katana. That's a picture frame piece. So that is
But
not,
it looks like a katana, doesn't it?
that does not look like a katana, actually.
But what if it was a fake katana?
Well, if it was a katana, then I would have been in trouble just then. All right, give me a kiss on my cheek. Mwah. All right, go back upstairs.
But it looks like a katana to me.
Okay. Well, you can pretend it's katana, you
Yeah.
know. Yeah, I'll see you later. Hey, close the door.
I will watch my TV back.
All right. Well, go watch TV, whichever. You can watch it while you're laying in bed. It's still early. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Yeah. She's so cute.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Tonight.
Do what?
You took me in tonight.
I will. When I get done. I'll tuck you in for real tonight too. Okay. All right. Close my door. All right. Love you. Okay.
Oh,
Yeah,
by the way, I found your spirit animal, your alter ego. If you hadn't become an upstanding citizen, have you ever heard of the Alaskan Avenger?
Oh yeah. Yes, I have indeed.
That dude broke into the houses of PDF files with a hammer.
Yeah, with a hammer. I don't know. You know what's really sad? I think you brought this up. I think I saw you post this. That it's sad that his sentence was 10 times longer than any of the
Yeah, I
people.
did the math. It was actually 20 times.
20 times. See, that's awful. So the people who did these horrible things that were kids related, they got 20 times less sentence than this guy who went after them.
Mm-hmm. Really sick. There's a documentary on the Alaskan Avenger. He's like a real life Dexter. It's on YouTube.
We need
I
a
watched
few
it.
more of
It's
those.
like 40 minutes long. Well, I think one of the things that he did say that I really appreciated was evolved as a society to people who call a stranger when we need help. You know, the police are strangers and we call them when we need help, when we should be calling our neighbor.
Right.
You know, like
That's
there was
true.
only a few years ago, if there was a PDF file in the neighborhood, the dads would get together and go take care of it, make sure that that guy wasn't going to be a threat. And I don't mean kill him. I mean, you know, have a real serious discussion about where you're supposed to be, where our kids are, and like you don't mess
They'd
around
be
with
hitting
our
the road.
kids.
Oh, they wouldn't be part of our neighborhood.
Yeah,
They'd
right.
find
You'd
another
run them
place to
right
live.
out of the neighborhood. You
Yeah.
find someplace else to be. But nowadays, like nobody even knows each other. So there's no community support. There's nothing. And if a kid was being abused, for instance, everybody in the neighborhood would know it. I remember when we were kids, there were 2 kids in our neighborhood. You know, I think their dad was a drunk or whatever and would be beaten on them. And the men in the neighborhood went and had a real serious conversation. And suddenly we don't see bruises on them anymore. You know, it's that sort of thing that just doesn't happen anymore. And I do think that this is like what we're dealing with right now. So now the internet is concerned about this little girl that we can all see is living in a terrible situation with people with terrible histories of child abuse and other things and animal abuse, all kinds of terrible things. And we're not allowed to say anything. And the strangers who were called, who were supposed to come in and do something about it, they have their heads directly up their asses and they don't do anything. So it's just, it's really frustrating.
Have you seen some of the newest stuff in that? Lord, with the with that money. Good Lord, man. So you got 2L over there saying that, of course, they are not going to, they're not going to give money back. First of all, they're working with a small budget. It's a small, I was like, how's it become a small operating budget? But it's a small budget now. So they want to put it in trust, maybe for the child.
Oh yeah, are they kidding? That is, it's not your money. And that's not what you raised it for, was to put it in a trust. You raised it to build her a house. You didn't build the house
for her, period. You raised it for the lady that you now have decided to turn on. Whom you said, I actually, I can't disagree with some of the statements about it, but I find it very funny. And I would think that the people that they raised over $100,000, there's been over $100,000 easily that's gone through that ecosystem for that lady, easily. Because again, we know 56 from that one guy. We had 6,000 for a lawyer here. We have thousands there. We have all the money that people put in for a fence. We have all this other money, again, you add it up, you got $100,000 easily there. But now suddenly that person is a piece of garbage and they don't rate anymore. That's
yeah. And think about this. If they did put it in a trust, if there was any money, how would anybody know that any money went into any trust?
Yeah, well,
where's the proof? Like, how do you prove that? And she wouldn't give it out. She wouldn't give the proof of it. I think that money is gone.
I think at least the lion's share of it is. I mean, they've done everything when they're talking about operating on a small budget. When you've got people actually trying to hammer in the idea that fence costs $20,000 now, it's inflated to that point. What? Are you kidding me?
Yeah, how does it go from like $6,000 to 20?
That was insane to see. I thought that was just some rando in chat saying, no, that was a new talking point. It apparently ballooned up to $20,000. Oh my God. But they did have enough money. Again, when you look through everything that Preston is saying that, hey, we need for this home, they had enough money to cover that. All of it. Every expense that you know.
And if they did have $18,000 left right now, that's enough money to at least get that shed insulated and air conditioned at the very least. So she's got a nice place to sleep, or at least a nicer place to sleep that's not so hot. But my God, they haven't done anything to help the situation. It doesn't make any sense. Lumber laying around in the sun, in the rain.
It makes a lot of sense, actually. You know what I mean? It does it makes a lot of sense when you think about it in what would be the worst outcome that you could think of. Oh, well, all that money has been, at least the lion's share of it has been squandered. You
That's
have,
how it seems. That's definitely how it seems.
yeah. I mean, you have Preston's begging for money for permits right now. Like she's online.
Okay, so the other night, Felicia says she's not going to use the money to get her a permit. That is not what the money is for, she says. The money is for the barn. Yeah, well, you can't work on the barn without a permit.
Without a permit.
Why on earth are you making Michelle or Lynette or whatever the hell her name is, LMNOP, work for the money for the permit? Why are you making her do that when you have all the money that you raised to help her with this house issue? The permit is one of those issues. You have to have it. She's just coming up with every excuse there is not to give the money to Lynette.
She's just, Lynette's going to blow up on her one day. Lynette, again, you're going to have no money left. I figure you all have ammo. It's a mutually assured destruction on both sides. I figure that's probably what's kept you from speaking up. But you will have nothing left. And you'll be expected to keep your mouth shut while these people are on your day. You're not going to have. They just decided one day that no more money for you. They did. We're done with you.
Yep, they're done with you. Yeah, she said it again. Lisa said it again on her mod stream that she's done with her. She's just done with her. But then when the chat asked her, so you're just going to give her the money? She was like, oh, no, I have a job to do. I said I was going to get the barn built, so that's what I'm going to do. How do you figure you're going to get her permission to work on her property if you're not really on speaking terms? Like, you can't just direct work on somebody else's property with somebody else's money. That's not how that works. If they're not, working with you.
I hope that Michelle understands this little point here too. It doesn't matter if you think things will get fixed down the road. If you decided, hey, I'm going to go in and repair this relationship, well, that's fine. You know, those people who give money though, they will never do that for you again. They will never do it again because this is burned any goodwill down. Because ultimately, 2L is not the one putting the money in. You're talking about the random people. And there are a few fools out there that I think would just continue, dropping a dime here or a few bucks there, but it ain't going to be anything that's
no,
real.
The chat, Lisa's chat is really pissed at LMNOP.
Oh yeah,
they're done with her.
That'll be something we'll cover as we roll forward.
They send Lisa money though for crying. She's like,
that's amazing. Look at that real quick.
All I ever do is things for other people. My whole life is about helping others.
See, this is where she's talking about, like, if people missed it for some reason, on the 26th, so 2 days ago, she's saying, hey, I've got my permanent jewelry. I'm out here selling it. I'm raising money for the animals so I can use the funds to pay for the engineer so we can get our permits. So
yeah, she's out there raising funds. And Lisa's got all this, allegedly sitting on all this money.
Yeah. You're talking about, that's been quoted as $2,500. There's no reason that they can't come off $2,500 for that. Because permits are that is the foundation of building that.
Yeah. Yeah. That's part of the building process.
And if they're not going to do that, then they need to give her money for that RV or something, Right. Why
shouldn't the money go for her to get an RV?
I mean, hell, let her burn it in the yard. Who cares? It's her money.
Lisa, you should have heard Lisa was like, well, she shouldn't have gotten rid of the old one. What she had an RV. I'm not doing that. She shouldn't have gotten rid of that one. Oh, it was beautiful.
Well, it's funny because the picture of Lynette that they're painting now, for months and months, they attacked anyone that dared even say that, hey, maybe there's a problem here. Maybe these people and all this past here and everything else, maybe people shouldn't drop all this money in there. Maybe you should do a little damn research first. But no, they were too busy running PR. The only reason they stopped was they got bigger than the subject matter. They hijacked that movement. They were like, oh, poor Preston, but it suddenly they were the only mouthpiece out there. Nobody hears from Preston. So Preston's name, she's just a phantom that posts every now and then. You know, the real person out there, it's the person doing 5-hour live streams. They hijacked it. They took it away from you, Preston. I hope you are. I love it too. Actually, to be honest, you fucking deserve it.
Scammers getting scammed. It's a beautiful thing.
I love it. So when people hear me talk about this, don't even in any realm think I'm not amused by this whole situation there. I know that's Lynette Preston's money. Like legally, that is her money. And I hope to hell she sues 2L before that money's gone.
She doesn't need to sue her. This is a criminal offense. She can get free lawyers with the prosecutor. All she has to do is call the sheriff and tell the sheriff about the grand theft, because that's what it is. It's grand theft.
But it's on that TikTok, because that time really is, it's going fast.
Yeah, and Lynette, you don't even have to pay for a lawyer. You'll get Dan Owen. Dan Owen will fight that for you.
It's so funny though. I mean, you can just tell that it's going to blow up soon enough. Something major is going to happen. You had 2L also threatening Lynette, saying, "Oh, you know, I could tell you a lot more about this." And I mean, it was like, wow, I've heard these same threats before with other people. You know, like again, I remember them saying the same thing about Shara. Isn't that interesting that you now have Preston that is being talked about that same way? The person, again, whose name they have utilized like a bludgeon for over a year. And before we move on to our lawsuit here, I want to ask one other thing. What is Bruce's role in all of this? Because Bruce, he comes on there and they're putting together a complaint about Randy. Right. So he's on there and he's talking about his prior clients and everything else, and they're all yucking it up. And then the crap on Preston show starts. So is Bruce still connected with Preston? Is Bruce switching over the 2L? Like I'm confused by, you know, because he's right there saying that he's still shilling and helping out Preston while he's participating in this show that is wrecking her.
Yeah, it's awfully strange. And also he seems really focused on Shara instead of Lynette, helping Lynette. He's focused on who wants to see Shara be sued. It's like, what are you even talking? Aren't you supposed to be helping LMNOP? How is that helping her? That doesn't help her.
No, it's how dare somebody actually tell the truth about what happened here, you know? It's petty, vindictive bullshit instead of doing the job that he said he was going to do. It's so bizarre, man. Mm-hmm. All right. Anyway, so let's see. What was our? We're on. Oh yeah, number 17. Because we said the last one I read was Michael Federico's didn't investigate. Before the lawsuit. So at the time of the original lawsuit, defendant Michael Federico's knew or should have known that the claims asserted lacked merit. That is 100% too. He should have known. I mean, he filed that garbage. He should have done some research. Yeah. On or about June 15th, 2025, defendant Michael Federico's filed a request for judicial notice of the original lawsuit in. Here is we have our case in Levy County, Florida, the second court, which a copy being attached. And again, we were noting that. So, you know, they have their, they were doing all kinds of crazy stuff, all kinds of insanity with that trial. But defendant Michael Federico's did not represent any party in the proceedings before the second court. Defendant Michael Federico's had no legitimate purpose for filing the request for judicial notice in the second court. Nope, not at all.
Legitimate reason whatsoever.
Nope. I mean, they did it. They did this when you look at the, they just let it sit pretty much for a month. You know, they had no intention of doing anything with it. They let it sit, damage done, and they're like, oh, we're gonna bounce out of this. Garbage, man. Defendant Michael Federico's purpose in filing the request for judicial notice was to harm all plaintiffs' reputations, yes, and to exert improper pressure on plaintiffs. That's indeed it. That's exactly what he wanted to do.
You cannot use your law license as a bludgeon. It's not allowed.
That's all we hear about, though, with these people over here in the freaking ecosystem. That's all we hear them talk about. They talk about malicious, vexatious litigation. They do it all the time. It's always threats. Again, look at the cheerleading. Oh, let's sue Shara. Yay, yay. You know?
Yeah. I know. It's ridiculous.
It is. And we're talking about what it looks like, too, is it actually looks like retaliation against a federal witness. Yes, it does. I mean, that would be the way I would go if he decided he would like if I were her and he decided he'd come after me. That would be the first thing I noted. Look, I'm a federal witness in this case right here. I decided to talk about all this, and he made it clear that he would retaliate because I talked about how he ignored my problems, you know, that were coming up about the kid. I noted that to the court, and he's tried to retaliate and ruin my life for it.
Yep.
That would be how I framed it. And he wanted me to take down everything. Well, you know, everything's already been stated in a courtroom too, so too late for that. But the original lawsuit, it ends up being dismissed on July 17th, 2025. So defendant filed and maintained the original lawsuit without probable cause and with malice. Here's you.
Oh, yes. With malice. Defendants used the lawsuit for an improper purposes, for inter alia, to make the claims have an official stamp of approval because they are part of a public record, rather than to seek legitimate legal remedies. And this stupid dumbass said this on a live stream.
Yes, that is. She decided that I cannot believe that she said that. She went out and she put her name to saying things like that.
Yep, she said that's what she does. That's her modus operandi, if you will. As a result of the defendant's actions, plaintiffs have suffered damages including legal fees, costs, reputational harm, emotional distress, and business losses.
I think that's an important notation too. You know.
Oh yeah.
The whole idea of doing things with malice.
Oh yeah. And it's provable.
Oh yeah.
I'm sorry. There is no other explanation for publishing something like that revenge porn video other than malice. There is no other explanation, you dumbass. None.
Well, there's no other explanation for her repeated attempts at doing these things to people. I mean, she has taken this same approach to anyone that she's wanted to silence before, you know. And again, family members. That'll be fun to talk about in court. You would think this person would want to come to that table and come to it really fast and be like, "Oh man, I really don't want the world to realize all these horrible things that I've done in the past," you know, because they definitely have a bearing in this case. Anyway.
Yep. All right. And is this me or you? I don't remember. It's still me, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Claims for relief. Count 1. Malicious prosecution against Michael Federigos. Plaintiffs repeat and reallege the allegations set forth in paragraphs 1 through 25 is fully set forth herein. Defendant Michael Federigos commenced a civil judicial proceeding against plaintiffs. Defendant Michael Federigos filed the original lawsuit against plaintiffs in the Circuit Court of the 9th Judicial Circuit in and for Orange County, Florida. Defendant Michael Federigos' filing of the original lawsuit constituted the commencement of a civil judicial proceeding against plaintiffs. The proceeding was legally caused by defendant Michael Federigos against plaintiffs. Defendant Michael Federigos was the individual who prepared, signed, and filed the original lawsuit against plaintiffs. The proceeding terminated in the plaintiff's favor.
That's the thing, too. Anybody, like, I love how they try to argue. There wasn't a win. They didn't win.
Served.
How do you think that works? If it's terminated and, you know, again, we didn't just win. We won multiple times. Yay.
Multiple times.
You know, I mean, it amazed me, though. Like when she went in, one of the things she needs to remember with all of this stuff, she kept saying that when she removed us, she had 2 years to add us back in. And oh, that would look real bad to a judge if you did. Those are threats. You know, you're threatening us continually while continuing to make videos about folks too. I mean, again, you know, if you wanted to make videos and talk about stuff, oh, but I mean, some of those videos were whacked out.
They were weird. I'm sorry, but those Hodunks videos, there's nothing but maliciousness. Like that's all malicious bullshit. Satire, my ass. It's defamatory. With all the I can't even repeat some of the things that she put up there. I can't even say on YouTube. That's how bad it was.
I mean, the comparison to certain people, and again,
certain dictators with small mustaches.
Well, for her to also pretend that, she was just doing everything out of some kind of religious love and yet at the same time, if she wants to take the religious approach, like she did with her letter, she was comparing Hales to Satan quite a bit.
Satan himself.
Yeah.
Satan himself, and also those weirdos who wear sheets.
That was.
And how about Charlie Manson? Mass murderers. Like, lady, you're not right in the head. And
they were just unhinged videos.
They were crazy.
I kept thinking, what are you talking about, man? And I thought that she might choose, maybe, just maybe, some different way to go. Anybody, like this is something, even ecosystem viewers, it doesn't matter. When you look at this, can you not tell that, this stuff was not just a bad approach, but again, this was malicious in purpose. She never intended to go forward with any of it. She never tried to serve a person. She, even if in some world you could say, oh, well, her cease and desist, that would have held certain people in, which it wouldn't because they were garbage. But even if you said that, she didn't give the proper time frame.
Nope.
Like, she didn't. And she mentioned this stuff with other folks saying, oh, well, this happened in this case and you have to have a cease and desist and you have to have so many days. So she knew that that's what she was supposed to do. She was just flaunting it. And people were like, oh man, she's so wise. She's so good at this.
By the way, she's probably never going to be able to sue anybody for any kind of defamation because her reputation before we even found her was so trashed. She has no reputation to protect. Look at her Google reviews. Mm-hmm. They're insanely bad. His are bad too. Her professional relationship was in the blue bucket before we even figured out who she was.
Well, what's funny is we've got a packet of documentation that was sent over after a request to find out exactly what had transpired. So, that packet of documents that came in?
Packet of documents.
Yeah, it included that one letter I was talking about with the, in lieu of, it had the.
I'm drawing a total blank.
Yeah, it came in a while. It came in a little while back, but the where was It was not clear, like where it came from. It came from the very place that needed to clear it up. It came from the bar. So,
Right.
That's where that last packet of documentation. I'll show it again. You'll remember it, you know, because we've never shown any of it live. Well, I showed that one letter, but God, like all of that needs to come in because why not? I mean, we should go over all of that stuff now because it showcases, again, any claim that she has put out there, that she has tried to aim at us. She knew damn well that these claims were garbage. So, defendant Michael Federico's dismissed the original lawsuit with a bona fide termination in plaintiff's favor. That's right. He terminated it in our favor. I like that. I mean, that's the truth, you know. But, you know, the problem is when you search it, like especially what really irritated me was when she tried to pull she removed us and tried to make it sound like we had come to some kind of agreement, you know? Like if you search certain documents in there, it makes it look like we were discussing things. Like I said, she never, ever.
There were no discussions with her whatsoever.
Yeah, forget any disagreement. There were just no discussions at all, you know? But she tried to make it sound like, well, when I removed you that first time, I did it after we had a discussion, you know?
Yeah, no, that never happened.
And it makes it sound like that there was defamation that we agreed on. You know, we were like, yeah, there was defamation. See, that whole thing, the way that she makes it set up where it dismisses, it's still, if people search it, it still looks like there was some cause of action. And again, people, you know, they will search. They look for everything. So defendant Michael Federico's lacked probable cause for the original lawsuit. Defendant Michael Federico's failed to conduct a reasonable investigation of the facts and law before filing the original lawsuit. Defendant Michael Federico's knew or should have known that the claims asserted in the original lawsuit lacked merit. Defendant Michael Federico's, he acted with malice. Defendant Michael Federico's malice is evident by filing a request for the judicial notice of the original lawsuit in the second court, where he did not represent any party. Again, I'm glad that this is here, by the way. That's
me too, because that was so obnoxious. Oh my gosh. I've never seen anything so obnoxious in a court case I was filing. I have never seen some idiot weirdo on the internet just insert themselves into somebody's case like that. Ever.
No, I mean, and the brazenness to think that you could do it and just get away with it.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I've never seen like the stuff these people pull. One of the reasons that we've followed this so closely is because it's like an example playing out in real time of many of the things that you should not do in litigation. Stuff I have never seen someone try. I've never seen like a party come in the middle of this, say, I mean, you look at the way that she played this out. She does an interview. She's already picked up a website for bully exterminators. Her videos, they start kicking out soon afterward. She's kicking out press releases. And right after the press releases, some people mention, because she's asking for feedback on the press releases. You know, she asks, that's another thing she's going to have a problem with when she says people wrote her. Of course they wrote her because she put out press releases and asked them to write her. So she asked for feedback. So people are going to talk about that. Well, when that came up, she decided she would sue people. She decided she would sue Just Jay. She decided that she would sue Jeremy Hales and George.
And Shizzy.
Yeah, it was just, well, she started bringing in everybody.
Shizzy.
Yeah, I mean, you know, she started over time. She was bringing in everybody. And the Shizzy thing was crazy because she kept saying, oh, I know who you are. I got your email. I got your real life address. I'm going to find ya. And then dumped all that information out there. And again, we have screenshots of you doing it. And we have videos of you saying that you were doing it because of the litigation, which again you dropped. So regardless of that person is part of the litigation here, it still shows how malicious you were. I mean, it's a perfect example because it happened in that lawsuit. What a nut, man. So crazy. The doxing. Defendant Michael Federico's malice is further evidenced by the lack of any legitimate purpose for filing the request for judicial notice in the second court. Plaintiffs suffered damages as a result of the original lawsuit. Plaintiffs incurred attorney fees and costs in defending against the original lawsuit. Plaintiffs have suffered damages, including legal fees, costs, reputational harm, emotional distress, business loss as a result of the original lawsuit and defendant Michael Federico's filing of the request for judicial notice in the second court. Wherefore, plaintiff respectfully request that the court enter judgment in plaintiff's favor and against defendant Michael Federico's and grant the following relief. That's you.
Compensatory damages in an amount to be determined at trial, punitive damages against defendant Michael Doritos pursuant to the statute in an amount to be determined at trial, costs of this action, pre-judgment and post-judgment interest as allowed by law, and such other further relief as this court deems just and proper. Count 2, malicious prosecution against Legally Lips, Leslie Federigos. Plaintiffs repeat and reallege the allegations set forth in paragraphs 1 through 25 as if fully set forth herein. Defendant Leslie Federigos initiated a civil proceeding against plaintiffs. Defendant Leslie Federigos filed a lawsuit against plaintiffs in the Circuit Court of the 9th Judicial Circuit of Orange County on or about May 19th, 2025, alleging claims of defamation, invasion of privacy, intentional infliction of emotional distress, negligent infliction of emotional distress, cyber stalking, and harassment. Scroll, please.
What a bunch of nuts, man. I was just looking at those and thinking,
civil
my God.
conspiracy. We're not even done. Civil conspiracy and tortious interference.
I mean, she threw everything she could at the freaking wall. I mean, look at that. Defamation. Okay. Invasion. What? It's like, hey, hey, like, Bruce, what was that thing you tried to, you guys wanted with Stark? Oh, yeah, that's the thing. By the way, yeah. By the way, there's a lot of talk about that one post by Miss Stark, saying that somebody didn't pay, and therefore people were like, did that have anything to do with certain clients? I was like, I don't know. I'm not sure. But they need to get that litigation going yet again. I mean, he's been home.
I just saw this story that popped up in the news. It was on Twitter. It was basically somebody got found guilty of cyber stalking, and it was crazy. Like, you want to know what cyber stalking is? Like, it's a real thing, and it's not what these people are trying to say that it is. It is not talking about someone online. That is not cyber stalking. Like, coming up with funny nicknames for people and saying they look like Muppets and like painting big lips on things is not cyber stalking. What is cyber stalking? Listen to this. There was a it's called pernicious cyber. This is unbelievable. I can't even speak. Pernicious cyber stalker sentenced to 9 years in prison for unrelenting harassment of former roommate and others. A 33-year-old Seattle man was sentenced yesterday in U.S. District Court, sentenced to 9 years in prison. This was a few years ago. It wasn't actually yesterday. For conspiracy to engage in cyber stalking, 3 counts of cyber stalking, blah, blah, blah. He through thousands of email and text messages, Mr. Garg threatened violence against his victims, including police and prosecutors. He attempted to make it appear his victims were the perpetrators of the stalking. Court orders and jail time did not stop him, said the U.S. attorney. Federal detention finally stopped him, and this sentence will protect the public for years to come. Like, you're talking thousands of direct communications with people, not talking about people. Okay. That is not the same thing.
No.
This guy used his computer skills to threaten multiple people, including in his roommate's life, including her uncle, her boyfriend, the police detectives who investigated, and the deputy prosecuting attorney who prosecuted him for the illegal stalking. What he did was he included gruesome threats of ARP, torture, and death. That's how you get put in prison for cyber stalking. And the idea that this woman and this man associated my name with the criminal behavior and the criminal disgusting mess that is cyber stalking is insane, and you will pay for it. Because I have done no such thing. I have not broken any laws. I have not cyber stalked anyone. And the idea that you put my name in the same sentence as something that like these sickos are doing to people, sending, decapitated bodies to people and stuff like that, that is, there's something wrong with you.
These people, man.
This is a news program. This is an entertainment program where we talk about stupid people and what's in the news,
man.
and
Come
we
on,
laugh.
you look like a Muppet. Are you kidding me?
This is not cyber stalking, and I am offended. I am offended and horrified that my name has been associated with such a thing.
Did you hear about? So there's a woman. Now this has been making the rounds again recently. I saw this come up, but this actually happened in 2019. So a woman goes on a date with a man after this one night. For the following 10 months, she sends the man 159,000 texts. He doesn't respond. She sends him 159,000 texts. Along with that, you have some of them. One of them I remember. She told him, quote, "I'd like to make sushi out of your kidneys and chopsticks out of your hand bones."
Oh my God.
She said that she wanted a jury trial because if she had a jury trial, then the jury would see that everything that she said truly noted that she was doing it all out of love. That's stalking. Oh my God.
Yes, that is stalking. What they are talking about, this idea, what they're talking about is free speech. Free speech is not stalking. We are allowed to have our opinions about your website, Leslie. We're allowed to have our opinions about your legal career, your very short-lived legal career. 5 years only. You lasted 5 years before you had to skedaddle out of there, before they yanked your license. And believe me, they were going to do it. They were going to do it. And the idea that she thinks she's going to serve people for having the opinion that she ran from the Florida bar to avoid being sanctioned like that is just absurd. Of course that's what happened. And it doesn't matter now because people are allowed to think what they think. Leslie.
Yeah, well, she thinks that, free speech has to agree with her thought process on something.
Right.
Again, I mean, I was amazed by how she tried to take all of these random posts and other things and come up with this conspiracy. I mean, it sounded unhinged when you put it together. It was like, why is this there? And, when you go over what was stated about Michael Federico's, he should have known better. When he saw that freaking litigation that she put together, he should have known better. He should have been like, no,
better. Yeah.
There's no course. There's no cause. And again, he knows. He knows what she said that she does in cases. She puts these in as placeholders. She does not intend to move forward. There is no good faith effort going to go forward with that. They all knew.
You should know that because she's filed domestic violence affidavits against him several times and divorce proceedings, which she just withdraws. He knows what she does. He knows exactly what she does because she's done it to him.
Yeah, it's freaking, there's just so much proof. Like I've never been like so confident in walking into something,
Right. Me either. This is well, maybe Wauwatosa. I was very confident I was going to win that Wauwatosa lawsuit, which I did, because that was a pretty clear-cut violation of free speech. But yeah, I feel pretty good about this one, Tug. I'm feeling good.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, she tried her damnedest to ruin us, and she laughed about it. She thought it was so funny. She thought it was such a fun little game, and now she thinks well.
And she tried to launch. Let's just be real. She tried to launch her YouTube channel off of it.
Yeah.
She tried to launch it by doing her jury room podcast every week, and she tried to launch herself using this, and we saw her do it. She had her film credits put up. She had the hodunks up there, trying to position herself as somebody that Netflix would be interested in. She tried to launch her career, her broken, shattered career off of this litigation.
And it got her a few hundred people. It was not the turnout that she thought, or she may have been. Again, I can only imagine what she's informing her significant other of what that's going to become, because again, launching vexatious litigation, I'm sure she thought that would get her attention.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna do these bigger names. Hey, Jeremy Hale's got a big name. Look, this person over here, they're making a lot of money. They're doing a lot of stuff. So maybe it'll be good for them. Although I don't feel like I'm going out on a limb and saying for the risk, even if you could mirror what they've built, the few thousand subs is probably not worth it, because if she would have been able to do that, if she would have been able to build it up and put everything together and would have done the same thing that she did now, she'd still be in the same boat. Would it have been worth it? No. Because, look at where these people are right now. One channel is making money. One channel. That's it. And the money ain't like it was.
Mm-hmm.
So let's see. There was an absence of probable cause for the proceedings. Defendant Leslie Federico's lawsuit was based on allegations that were not supported by material facts or existing law. Defendant Leslie Federico filed a lawsuit after participating in interviews regarding ongoing litigation involving. Hey, wait, were you reading or was I reading?
I think you were reading.
Was I? I don't remember. I was reading. I don't
remember.
I don't care. It doesn't really matter.
I think it was you.
Well, it's me now.
You know.
Involving plaintiff Jeremy Hales, despite having no prior involvement with the plaintiff. And you can pick up 150 if you want to.
All right. Defendant Leslie Lips acted with malice. Yeah, I believe that's true.
Yep.
Sorry, I had to hit the cough button there. See how you do that, folks? When you have a cough, there's this little handy button.
I've been doing that a lot myself, I've been muting out.
Yeah. There's the allergies around here are pretty bad, but I try not to cough in your ear like other channels. That deserves some breadsticks, by the way. If you enjoy the no coughing broadcast, send some cough drop money over to Tug. Because he's an expert at the mute button, unlike other channels.
I've been doing pretty good with that for the last few, and actually when I have raids, sometimes you won't know the raid happens. You don't know that I've had 3 other ones, since the last one that I put up there, because my door will open up there, I'll be like, close the door back, I'm okay,
All right, where was I? Federico's filed and maintained her lawsuit for the improper purpose of giving her claims an official stamp of approval by making them part of the public record rather than for the legitimate purpose of seeking legal redress.
That is true right there. She wanted to.
Very true.
She said that again. She wanted to make it public record. She did not plan on going forward.
Right. Right. Plaintiffs suffered damages as a result of the proceeding. As a direct and proximate result of defendant Leslie's malicious prosecution, plaintiffs have suffered damages, including all of this stuff. So we want the court to grant the relief. Compensatory damages, blah, blah, blah. And this is all the same as the one above. We can skip that and just head to count 3. Abuse of process. So these are 2 different things. We have malicious prosecution and abuse of process. So we're going to find out what is abuse of process. Against Michael Federigos, plaintiffs repeat and reallege the allegations set forth in paragraphs 1 through 25 as fully set forth herein. Defendant Michael Federigos made an illegal, improper, or perverted use of process. Next page, Doug.
Defendant Michael Federigos filed a request for judicial notice of the original lawsuit in the second court, where defendant Michael Federigos did not represent any party. Again, and we talked about this, but again, I think that this is again so damning, and I'm glad to see this in here. Defendant Michael Federigos' use of the request for judicial notice procedure was improper and perverted because it served no legitimate litigation. How I can speak there. Litigation. Tongue tied for a minute purpose in the proceeding before the second court. Defendant Michael Federigos had an ulterior motive or purpose in exercising the improper use of process. Defendant Michael Federigos' ulterior motive was to harm plaintiff's reputation and to exert improper pressure on plaintiffs. Defendant Michael Federigos filing a request for judicial notice in the second court, where defendant Michael Federigos had no involvement, demonstrates that defendant Michael Federigos was using legal process for an improper purpose unrelated to the legitimate function of the process. Plaintiffs suffered damage, of course, as a result of defendant Michael Federigos' improper use of process, and as a direct and proximate result of defendant Michael Federigos' malicious prosecution. There are damages, the emotional, the reputational, the business, the legal fees, the costs, therefore. And again, it asks for the same things. You have your costs and everything else. So, count 4 is you.
All right, let's see. What are we at? Count 4?
Mm-hmm.
Count 4, abusive process against Leslie Federigos. Plaintiffs repeat and allege all the other things. Defendant Leslie made an illegal, improper, or perverted use of process. Defendant Leslie Federigos filed a lawsuit against plaintiffs and then used the existence of that lawsuit for purposes beyond legitimate legal redress, like her own PR campaign. Defendant Leslie Federigos had an ulterior motive or purpose in exercising the illegal, improper, or perverted use of process, which was to get famous, I think. Defendant Leslie Federigos' ulterior motive in filing and maintaining the lawsuit was to make the claims have an official stamp of approval because they are part of a public record rather than to seek legal redress. I think that's what it says. Legitimate legal remedies. I was close. Plaintiffs were damaged as a result, and because of, we need these things.
Yep.
Enter a judgment against her. Court. We demand that you sentence her to hell directly. Wait, that was just Jay's demand.
Yep, exactly. We do want a jury trial.
Yep, we want a jury trial.
Yeah, we do want to.
I would not object though to a sentence of right to hell, straight to hell, right away. Right away.
I mean, the funny thing, though, is that these people, they may want to put on a big tough guy salute, pretend like, oh, man, that's that we're good to go. We're solid. But, yeah, they aren't. They have all these problems there. They should know. They put out enough evidence for us. Oh, my God. Now, we will pick up with, there is a lot to cover as far as everything attached here. Again, this stuff, it has a lot of meaning now. When you're looking back and you look at everything, like the chapter with Leslie, was pretty crazy. You know, I mean, you didn't realize, like, we could tell it was wild, but when you look at it as an overview, you know, you look at the bookend to bookend where she's at right now. I don't trust her not to come back. You know, although
no, me either.
I don't see any benefit to it though. Like, all it can do is harm for her. You know, I mean, you already have Preston that's out, so essentially they would be joining in a pure anti-Hales movement. There's no camouflage for it. You know, you can't pretend that it's pro Preston. You can't pretend it's the pro kid or any of that stuff. It is totally an anti-Hales movement. There's no way, because again, their major shield, which was, you know, Preston and Cook, they've moved away from them. It's so bizarre. Like, how do you continue to pretend that you didn't build this anti-Hales platform for the purposes of bilking your shrinking audience now, by the way, you know, and that's on their own. They've managed. It's been kind of amazing to see. They have, through their own moves, crushed their audience out. Give me a second. Oh,
it's true. They have. Their audience is sick and tired of their shit. The audience is completely sick of their shit. And you can see that. Like, they're completely done with it. And they're done with Lynette. They're done with John Cook. And yet, yeah, it is totally just an anti what the Hales media ecosystem. It's not even pro Preston anymore. Like, they can't say that they're doing anything for them anymore, because this is all, you know, this shit has hit the fan. So interesting. What has happened to the bankruptcy case is still going, as far as I know. Tease Times. It is still being worked on. She got everything in she was supposed to get in, and so everything is back on track now. I believe they have a meeting coming up in the beginning of August, first or second week of for the debtors meeting that Jeremy will take part in. So I'm sure he'll have more information after that. But yeah, it's definitely still going forward.
I've got a million raiders over here. You can hear it.
Oh.
You can speak for like 2 minutes.
I made a craft. I made a record player out of.
Oh my lord!
I made like a little sentient robot, like stock paper doll, not Dr.
Yeah, she made a record player. The record player looks amazing, by the way. We've got to photograph that. Show it to people.
Yeah, and I also got like a homemade Tamagotchi.
Yeah, she made a little Tamagotchi, but she made it as an art project, and she made a little robot too.
Yeah, I love robots.
That record player is cool.
That's cool.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty amazing. Hey, set your record player there. I'll make a picture of it. I'll show it.
Oh, and make sure to get the record.
Yeah, I mean, you got a
cake.
You got a record and everything.
Can I have some cake?
And also a little add-on.
Oh my god.
Oh, she's something.
Want me to put the record in?
She's a nut, man. Yeah, put the record on there.
The nut.
Put the record on there.
The nut.
Yeah, you. We're talking about you. You are a nut.
I'm not. Oh,
yeah,
no.
and she's trying to raid my bedroom.
That's my bedroom now.
That's my bedroom now.
How about I?
Wow, is she hyped up?
Oh, she is. I'm gonna be like, man, you know. And the funny thing is, like, that's some grandma stuff right there, you know.
Oh yeah, Grandma got her all hyped up.
Hey, wait.
Now she's on your
time.
Record.
Give me a second. I'm trying to take a picture of it. I'm trying to get y'all's feet in there.
Why would I want to get my feet in a photo?
What?
Why do I want to get my feet in a photo?
That's what I'm saying. I'm trying not to get your feet in a photo.
sometimes I unwillingly do it. Like
Yeah,
when I'm
but-
taking photo shots of my room.
No. Well,
I'm
I was trying to get your record player. I'm gonna show it to people. Just give me a
show
second.
the robot.
Well, they'll see the robot head there, but I was trying to get your record player first.
I
Goodness.
thought you were gonna pick me up.
I mean,
Sister, no, I don't want to let go.
hey kiddo, no yelling, man.
Ow.
I almost ripped my shirt.
They are so crazy today.
Oh, I love it.
Oh man, now they're gonna get it. Man, she
Well-
is for sure hyped up on sugar.
Yeah, well,
I
she's
can tell.
loud too. I was like, don't yell like that. You're gonna deafen everybody. You know,
Can I see the reaction?
you're deafening me. I've got headphones on. It is so loud. Like when you've got it set up on your side, you know what I mean? I'm sure like with your headphones on, you pick up everything
Oh, yeah.
in the room.
Yeah.
So I was like, don't yell. Like it's deafening me.
Can I see?
Check this out though. This is cool. So here's her record player. Look, she's made out of paper. You can see it from an overview. Like she built
actually-
it.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Stock thing.
Yeah, she's got the volume thing at the bottom.
Cool. That's awesome. I love it when they do creative.
Yeah, I like that. Look, she's got the. She's even got the record where it's replaceable.
Can she change
Yeah,
the record?
I made up
Yeah,
my own
that.
band called Radio Manus.
Yeah, down at the bottom, there's like a record cover. It's called Radio Manus,
I love
and
it.
it's got the record. You put it on there, you lift the thing, and you can set it. It's even got a little needle, and it's got like a little art project type needle in the thing. It's
Yeah,
cool.
it's a toothpick.
Yeah, she used a toothpick on it. Sorry, I was like,
Yeah,
that's really
and it's
creative.
also rotatable.
Chat says Bug has the zoomies. That's true. That's like what
Yes.
my dog gets, the
Ta-da.
zoomies.
Yeah,
The Tamagotchi.
You're gonna lose your Tamagotchi. There. All right, how do you take those upstairs? Though? Go play with Sissy. Run some of that energy out of her for a minute. You want to leave that right here so it doesn't get destroyed.
I'm taking this one.
Okay. Do you want to leave that right here? I'll put it up there where it doesn't get ruined.
Yeah. Also, the little robot's name is Valentino. He likes eating batteries.
Okay. I'll remember that. All right. I like that record player. That's cool, man. I mean, I like it all, but that record player is really creative,
Subscribe or your batteries will disappear.
Indeed. Subscriber, you too will lose your batteries. All right. Thank you, kiddo.
Hey, of course. I just wanted to show off.
Yep. Well, that's cool. The little one was like, wow. I was like, no, none of that. I was like, you have to, her sister, her sister was like, you must go upstairs or no cake for you. And she ran off. She was like, she ran out of here. That's why she left. She was like, I'm out of here.
Speaking of cake, I made cake for Fairy's birthday, and I don't like cake because I don't really like icing. So I was looking for like a new icing recipe that wouldn't be so sweet. And I found one that uses like flour roux, it's like flour in it that you put, and then you also put the butter and the sugar, but there's flour in it, so it makes it like really really light and fluffy. Oh my gosh, it is the best icing I've ever had. I wish I'd never made it because now I like cake. And I never had that problem before. And now I can't walk past it. I can't walk past cake without a forkful. And I'm going to gain 5 pounds this week just because of this stupid cake.
The kid, by the way, the little one, her birthday is next week. So the weekend, actually, I guess this weekend. I said next week, but no, it's this weekend because I keep thinking for some reason, I keep thinking it's the weekend still. I'm still stuck on Saturday or Sunday and it's Monday already. I was like, oh my God. But no, her birthday's Saturday. So she's already, she's entered the getting sugared up for it. That's, grandma, it's like a week of fun, entering it. So that's what that's about. That's even normally she comes back and she's like a little sugar wired, but today is ooh, it is next level. You know, she is really gone. But they're funny though. Yeah, my oldest. Somebody asked how old they are. 5, 6, and fixing to be at 6 and 11. So, you know, they like to go to grandma's house.
Well, who doesn't? Grandma's
Yeah.
house is awesome.
All right, I'm gonna hit some soup. You gonna hang for a minute or?
I think I'm gonna get going. I actually need to, but check the private chat before
Okay.
in a minute. I'm gonna get going. Chat, thank you so much for being here. I've got some stuff I need to catch up with.
If that, I'm telling you, that would be the dumbest thing ever if that happened.
I know. I can't wait for it. Really.
Oh man.
I'm gonna go because with having no power, I have to go fix things in the refrigerator and all that other stuff that happened earlier. But tomorrow we will be, well, unless there's another power outage, we'll be back on my channel tomorrow. And I do have a very cool new video and song for you guys, a remix actually. And a new
we
video.
may have more to do too.
And tomorrow I'm going to do a Rumble exclusive because the new video I made has some things in it that these idiots have been known to get people in trouble for on YouTube. So since we won't be able to play it on YouTube, I'm going to play it on. I've decided I'm not curbing my creative flow. So if my creative flow says put this picture in it, that's what I'm going to do. And then we'll just go over to Rumble because I do not like being told what to do. But yes, so we'll do that tomorrow night. And yes, I was all prepared for that tonight, but things did not go my way. Hopefully tomorrow will be better. So you guys have a great rest of your evening, and I will be listening and chatting with you in the chat.
Right.
Thanks.
Have a good one. Yep. Man. These people, though, I mean, they think they can do anything they want. They can do it with impunity. They can target whomever they want. They spent months targeting just random folks. They doxed in the name of this litigation. Again, I'm sure we will get more excuses. You watch. Leslie is going to pop up again. You just feel it. You can feel it, right? But she's going to pop back up again, and she's going to try to excuse all of this stuff. But at the end of the day, she brought litigation she knew was not going to work out. She did not tell the truth in it. It is provable. It doesn't even matter, though, because, again, we see the outcome of it. She decided that she would go this route, drop it off. She has done it many times before, and she has noted that she does this. That's her MO. So watch it. What a mess, man. What a mess. But let's hit some supers here. So Max Lab, what's up? Thanks for the tube there. Crazy afternoon. People going down. It's starting to get really, really fun up in here, isn't it? It'll be interesting to see how that plays, won't it? Fun times. And I'm sure they'll put on their brave face. But again, at the end of the day, like I said, we didn't even talk until she decided to sue somebody. I didn't mention her, period. I mentioned that somebody had done a press release. I had briefly mentioned how much garbage it was, but like I mentioned then, they weren't worth bringing up. The problem was that they brought what I very much considered at the time, before even knowing their history, vexatious litigation. It looked like a garbage lawsuit. It looked like it was a malicious garbage lawsuit. And when they brought it quick. I mean, they brought it quick. And they did not intend for it to stick around. They decided they would drop it off. So, and again, I would not doubt that they would try to do that stuff to more people. Something needs to change. So here we are. And if, again, they want to join up with that trash fire that has been happening over there again, I would really caution people with that. Again, look how quickly and how easily they turned on Lynette Preston. She no longer had any value, so they turned on her like that. I mean, how do you think other people will fare? You watched Leslie, you watch Volpe turn on her publicly. That was kind of fascinating, wasn't it? So yeah, I think that'll be a fun way to watch. But Paul, thanks for the 16 months there. Way to go, Tubby Megan. Well, thank you for that. Appreciate you. Appreciate 16 months, dude. That's wild. Thank you. Sailor Duck Jupiter, thanks for the 2. Hello, my first super chat. Well, thank you very much. Much appreciated there. Like I said, your first super chat. Yeah. You know, it's look at that. That's awesome. And very much appreciated. What a day to have it, right? What a day there. Zohan, what's up? Thanks for the membership. You, by the way, have been here for a long time too, so that is not reflective of anything on there. Thank you. Welcome. Thank you for the membership. Welcome to Tux Thugs. Thank you. So appreciate you, my friend. Razilla, thanks for the 11 months there. Is Megan going through intense button training? Yes, that's actually what happened. We thought the button training, it was going to run late. You know, don't press the red button. That's what it was all about. It was funny though. When she hit me up and told me that her power was out. I was like, are you sure you want me to end that? It's going to come back. You watch. And she was like, yeah, but you know, if we didn't hit it, it wouldn't come back. Right. So did it and managed to come back up within the allotted time frame, which is crazy. But that's usually how it goes, isn't it? If you don't hit that button, then it goes the other direction. It's so nuts there. Val, thanks for the 8 months. Are you concerned about putting info out there? It's already been there. You know, it's already been out there. Again, you know, they want to use they want to use that as a bludgeon. They think that you can't. It's like they have you at some kind of an impasse where you can't do anything, right? But they can do anything they want. No. No. So if they wanted to do that, they wanted to use my name, why not? I'll use my own name too. And thank you. Appreciate you. Sineg, what's up? Thanks for the 5 again. Thanks for the paint chips for making this happen. If Megan's info hadn't been put out there, she would have skipped being this case like Shizzy. Well, you know, what's interesting is there were a lot of causes of action for Megan. You know, you also had the revenge porn thing, which she admits is revenge porn. She utilizes those words. So that's a problem too. You know, I mean, there's a lot of different things. Again, should have tried to fix that, but she didn't. Oh well. She didn't do everything. I mean, again, I thought it was very, a very conservative list of requests, all things considered. But again, everything's been bad faith. Everything. So, Donna, thanks for the 5. You always be tough. Indeed. Indeed. You know, again, we all have, you think of it like a business name or an entertainer name. You know, it's not like you don't have a real name, but you know, I mean, it's just like any kind of nickname there. Mel, thanks for the 5. Who is that? Matt, I know Mathin. That's the name. Mathin was the name you accidentally putting in. You better have an umbrella face. Indeed. What a monster. Night Owl, thanks for the 3 months. Birthday today. I'm 50. Is that still over the old? No, actually, it's not. You know, 50 is still these days. Have you looked at, especially like if you looked at celebrities, especially, have you looked at like many of them only start hitting their stride in their late 40s through their 50s. And many of them make movies into their 70s, which is amazing. You know, used to you didn't have that. Like it never happened. So for real. Like that's still good to go. Here we go though. Let's get that birthday song.
Happy birthday!
Happy birthday!
From both of us to you. Happy birthday! May all your dreams come true. Happy birthday!
Yeah.
We
love
to have
to
you
have you here.
here. Happy
Birthday.
Here's to
Here's to
another
another
year.
Just amazing. I mean, again, and age really does become like it's a number. It's amazing as you get older, your body complains at you more and more. That's one thing I have noticed. As I get older, my body does not like me, but your mindset, if you're grounded, you still have the same likes. It's not like 1 year, in my mind, I thought, when you were like younger, there'd be a day like you'd hit a certain year and bam, I would like classical music. And, I just absurd ideas. But what really changes? It's just, your body doesn't like you more and more every year. That's about it, really. But I think you're good to go, Night Owl. Appreciate you. Terry, thanks for the 13 months there. I love your first name. It's my son's name. Well, that's awesome there. Yeah, it's funny. It's funny. I share my name with a huge Harry Potter celebrity. So, Neville, like the guy there, that's his real name. One second, I got called. So, I mean, it's not like I'm going to have the name on that. Also, I share the name. There was a writer that put out a significant piece of literature that has the same name. So, dwarfed by all that. So I'm going to go with that too. Tracy, thanks for the 5 gifted memberships. Thank you for that, Tracy. That is much appreciated. Thank you. Fallen Hero, thank you for the gifted membership too. Thank you, Fallen Hero. It's good to see you. Appreciate you, my friend, as always too. Maybe not. Thanks for the 2. Happy birthday. Man, another birthday. Let's bust that song out for you. I love it. I love it. Here we go.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
From both of us to you. Happy birthday. May all your dreams come true. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
We love to have you here. Happy birthday. Here's to another year.
Yeah, that's good stuff, man. I love it. Thank you. Thank you. Maybe not for noting that. And much love to you. Appreciate you. Allie, thanks for the 2. Was a tough choice between Randy and Jacob. Yes, very difficult. Very, very difficult there. Now, I had talked about, though, I wanted to make sure that I felt the lawyer was motivated. And talking to Randy, I was like, all right, he, like I said, trying to inform somebody else of what is going on in this madness. Hey, you should try this exercise. Try to tell somebody what you've been watching for the last however many months. Try to tell them and make it make sense, and try not to forget things. Try to see how much stuff that when you're telling, when you walk away to, what in your overview that you leave out that you think, man, that was actually an important thing. And then imagine that being litigation. I want somebody with sharp teeth that wants my conclusion, whatever that happens to be, And I want, actually, with co-litigants too. One thing I like about this is we're also talking about motivated co-litigants. I mean, like Hales is a co-litigant. What's the complaint against him? Oh, man, he's litigious. He never stops. Good. That's what I want. I want somebody that wants to see it through. I'm down with that. So it's all good, man. That's all gravy for sure. Dan Davis thinks that indestructible blue tape. No brown tape. Yes, indeed. Indeed. If you are going to invest in tape, invest in blue tape. It's so funny. Maybe they should have built the house. Maybe when they were building it, they didn't really need walls. They just get whatever and just wrap it in blue tape. Maybe spend like $5,000 in blue tape. That stuff will hurricanes, right? Bunsen, Rocking Stone. Like for the 10 months there. I can run 2 days. I'm a power supply. And to Jenny, if it goes longer, indeed. Like I need to get a backup for the entire house. That was one thing that was on the old shopping list. You know, I wish I'd have been situated where I could have gotten one before. You know, one of my neighbors, man, their house, it's amazing to listen to. They can run for quite some time. You probably got a setup like that. I have a lot of, you know, different like battery packs and stuff that'll pick up. So I still have some stuff that'll run, you know, but it does run out after a while. Plus, unfortunately, kids, they're like, oh my God, stuff's down. Like, I'm going to go plug into the battery stuff, you know. Rusty, thanks for the 2. You're now the content. This won't backfire at all. Well, unfortunately, here's the thing. Like I said, we didn't bring a lawsuit against somebody and just for the ha-has. We have a person that, again, if you don't know this law, if you don't know this litigation, this person has brought malicious litigation against many people and could come back and try to bring it against us again, you know. But they, like I said, they brought litigation, they removed us and tried to make it look like we had some kind of a discussion, like we had come to some kind of arrangement. We never talked, never in any way whatsoever. But they did that. They made threats over and over again. Oh, we're gonna bring that. We're gonna bring you back into it. So they did. They brought it back. And hey, are you coming down here?
Yeah.
You can give me a hug, but you gotta go upstairs again.
He put GJ's number. I don't
Yes,
know.
I'll punch it into your phone here. There you go. You can give her a call. All right. Yep. Here, take it upstairs and call her.
I told you about the live stream.
All right. Well.
I didn't get a hug.
All right. Well, hey, take it.
And a high five.
Take it up there and.
The Dharma crew.
Well, take it up there. You can tell her about it. Yeah. Take it up there.
Oh.
You got to take it up there.
I'm waiting for Gigi to answer.
Okay. Well, you take it. You know that that's a pretend phone. So take it up there. She's so crazy. She got a toy phone. Yes, you are. You're acting crazy.
I'm not crazy.
You are acting crazy.
Please have a hug.
Close the door. But yeah, with this, like I was saying, she decides she's going to add us back. And throughout of us all, again, she's made it clear that the whole point in that is to defame people. And she's done that to many other people, including her own family, ex-clients, whatever. That's her operating standard. So yeah, I mean, that's what, you know, the problem has been. Everybody keeps kicking that down the road because nobody has the freaking balls to do anything about people like this, you know. So we'll see. Well, what's the worst case scenario it could do? You know, you end up freaking, like I said, we haven't asked anybody for any help, you know. We've been good to go right now. Now, again, you know, we already know that service is going to be easier. So, okay. James Jungle Safari, thanks for the $5 for medical legal costs. I need my ramen money. Don't need your ramen money, but I appreciate you there. That's funny for sure. Well, that's a freaking awesome avatar, by the way.
I slipped up the stairs.
Well, you need to go upstairs there.
I slipped.
You didn't slip. I can hear you if you slip.
But my feet come up.
No. You did not slip on the steps. Craziness. Emma, thanks for the $5 there. Food prices are why I'm now going to grow my own veggies. Hey, that's actually a good way to go, to be honest. Being vegan is expensive. Yes, very much so. Eating decent, you know, not eating garbage is very expensive, just to be honest. So far, I've only got potatoes growing, but more when spring arrives. Yeah, I've thought about busting out a garden out here just to do that. I thought, I've done that in the past. I haven't been able to do that recently, but I thought, man, that would actually be some pretty good exercise. It's funny, my stepfather, when he was alive, we had this funny kiddo. You got to go upstairs, baby.
The combo.
Hey, you're gonna have to go to bed after this. You are. You're gonna have to go to bed because
Have a hug and kiss.
well, you're not listening, so you're gonna have to go to bed.
Please have.
You can come here and get a hug and kiss, but you're gonna have to go to bed after this
A
because
high five and a fist bump.
you're not listening.
High five and a fist
You're
bump.
not listening. You're not listening. Are you gonna listen?
Yes,
It's almost,
to get lip
it's almost
gloss.
your birthday this weekend.
No, it's
You
been
want to-
5 days.
I know, and you want to in 5 days. It's this weekend. You're gonna go have a fun birthday.
And this is it.
Okay. Well, you need to listen. Okay.
I love
Are you becoming a big girl?
Yeah,
How old are you gonna be?
6. Because I'm
6, that's right.
5.
That's right. 6. That's right.
A, B,
And
C, D,
is a-
F.
Is a 6-year-old a big girl or a little bitty baby girl?
Big girl.
That's right. All right. Well, you go. You go.
I feel like you might need help.
Yeah, I've
Have some
definitely
cake.
got somebody. She's so wired up right now. No, you
I
can't
know.
have cake. I'll be back in a
She's
minute.
so
I-
wired. I'll
I've
take
had-
care of this.
I
You go.
I brought cake down here. The reason she's asking is because my mom brought in cake and I didn't realize it because they dropped them. She dropped them off there, and when I walked up, I was like, "There's a cake here." So I brought it down because I was like, "There is no way I'm letting her get into that cake. There is no way," and that's why she has brought a spoon down here. She
She's
snuck
like
a
me.
spoon down here.
She's like me. Every time I walk past the
You
cake, I have to
didn't.
go
No, don't tell me. Where did
forward.
that spoon come from then?
I ate chocolate with that soon.
Yeah, you ate chocolate with that? Exactly. See, she's like, I didn't do that. I ate other chocolate with that spoon. Uh-huh.
I want
Uh-huh.
some cake.
Yeah, it's just random. I'll be back in a minute.
All right, I'll take care of this. Emma Washington, thanks to the Aussie 5 food prices, are why I'm now going to grow my own vegetables. Being vegan is expensive. So far, I've only got potatoes growing, but more when spring arrives. This I need to address because I have recently started trying some vegetarian. I'm not going to say vegan. They are vegan recipes, but I'm not vegan. I'm also not a vegetarian. So I'll use milk and cream and eggs and whatever. But I've been making some things that I've seen on Instagram that look really good. And just to try to eat less meat,
Lord,
just because high blood pressure,
she's like,
whatever.
I'm out of here. She took off like a dragster. She's like, I'm out of here.
Yeah, because she didn't want to be put to bed.
Yeah. She's like, ugh, if you put me to bed, she's like, I'm gonna go in my bedroom. I won't come back. I was like, yeah. I hear ya.
I was just telling Emma, same thing. I'm having the same problem. Like I just told you, 2 heads of cauliflower are $5 each. It's crazy.
Yeah.
I've been just trying to eat more vegetables, like less meat, more vegetables. So making some meals with just vegetables. I can't believe how expensive it is.
Well, that's why
Which
I was
is
doing
why I have a
squash.
garden.
I
Yeah.
was doing squash, zucchini, and do like onion, to give it a little bit of flavor. I know right before that. And I can't believe what it costs just to get those basic items.
It's crazy. Yes, I did make a zucchini lasagna sort of thing the other day that was really good by shaving the zucchini that came out of it was a summer squash that came out of my garden. And it was delicious. The filling had it was like cream cheese, chopped olives, and sun-dried tomatoes. Let me tell you something. And with tomato sauce, that was delicious. Really, really good. So I'm finding a bunch of vegetable, more veggie recipes, but it's not cheap. It ain't cheap.
No.
Nothing's cheap. Everything sucks. You think if I buy less meat, I'll have a cheaper bill? It's not true.
I mean, even cheap garbage food is not cheap anymore.
No. Can't even go to McDonald's anymore for a cheap fast food meal. It's $50.
Fast food is not cheap at all.
It's
no.
not cheap. Mm-mm.
No, I had to today. I had to get something while I was out, so I got a hamburger. I got it over a place I like to go, and a hamburger with them with some French fries and some other stuff. Man, everything was almost $20. I was like, oh my
Isn't that
God,
crazy?
man. Like, what's up with that? I was
Whatever you
like,
do,
man.
don't go to Five Guys. You won't even believe it. You'll have sticker shock so bad. I had
Yeah, I
like,
don't even.
you walk out of there and you think, what did I just pay? Why did I do that?
Oh my God, the kids the other day, pizza, Lord. And they were like, pizza, please. You know, and I'd tell them I was going to get them pizza. So, I was like, oh Lord. I had an interesting issue too. Like, check this out. So they got something wrong in our order, you know, fair enough. I mean, they were good. They were nice about it. So they had to bring back out something for delivery. Well, when they brought something back as a replacement, I, of course, did not tip the person for a replacement. I've already tipped you, you know. I'm not tipping you because somebody got my food wrong. Man, that person was so freaking rude because I guess they thought I should tip them for their, you know, for them to bring. I was like, man, if anybody tips you, it needs to be the place that screwed up my order, you know, not me.
Yeah.
It's not like I bought more, you know. You're just bringing a
know, it's
replacement
awful.
thing. That's so dumb, man. The tip stuff is so out of control, too.
I know. Everything's out of control. All right. I'll pop back in
All
if you need me again.
Okay, I appreciate it. Yeah, the little one knows. Like, she can hone in. She can tell when I'm by myself. Like, dude. And again, you can tell. Like, parenting, I am solo parenting right this moment, so I mean, I can tell that. So, Mommy, thanks for the 5. Just ask Ellen OP. She somehow plucked her chickens while they're still alive. That poor chickens, man. Yeah, indeed. They look so bad there. Hey, Lady Linda, thank you for the 50 there. Medical copay. Well, I appreciate that. That has been it's been a lot of fun, I have to say. Actually, I've been doing better with that. What is that? Flew to court, I think it's called. You know, again, like I said, the one thing I've not been able to get rid of yet, and it drives me nuts, is I've got this freaking ringing in my ears. I've had it for 7 months. It never goes away. Sometimes it gets loud, but it's been doing better since then. I'm hoping with a lot. I was talking to somebody about this too. The doctors, you know, one of the things I noticed in those 7 months is doctors they want you to be consigned to be ill. They don't want you to really get better. They want you to set a baseline of sickness. And that's not good. Sometimes you can't do anything about it. You know what I mean? Sometimes you are that place. But I'll be damned if I'm not going to try to do more. So I've been kicking it. I've been walking every day. I've been forcing it, you know, and I will continue until I cannot. But it's amazing when you think about that. Travis, thanks for the 2. We put them in hot water for a bit to come off easy. Put them in hot water. I don't remember what we're talking about. Honestly, Travis, I don't remember what we're talking about at the moment. Remind me what we were talking about at the moment. Sorry, brother. You know, it's been one of those days. I've been going all day, man. I've been going since 4 a.m. So my brain. Collie, thanks for the 10 there. Veggie money. Indeed, man. I've been eating a lot more veggies myself, so I hear you. Mama Cat, thanks for the 100 there. Thank you. Legal Ward Jets for you and Megan. Thank you. Appreciate that. We'll be like I said, if we need any help, we'll tell you about it. The one person I would say, if you feel like you want to help somebody's legal war chest, man, look at Jeremy's. I mean, he has put up some exorbitant costs. So if you want to help them out with that, I mean, that has been expensive. Like the cost of these people. And, you know, you unfortunately, with all of this stuff, he's had to fight off how many vexatious lawsuits. Like, again, the Lips lawsuit, that's vexatious. He stepped in because he was like, oh, no way. But he had to fight that off, and he has to make sure to curb that. The thumbnail litigation, trespass 5 litigation, all of this. And he's not gotten to see a courtroom yet. I mean, you rolling up on, He's got to be rolling up on $400,000. Hasn't even seen a courtroom yet. It's crazy. And they're doing everything they can to bleed him, you know, raising money so they can push him bankruptcy or other garbage. Now they're going to, I am waiting for them to be like, we need to help Lips out, you know. And then again, this is a person who brought vexatious lawsuits against other people, tried their best to do damage and defame. I mean, I'm telling you, man, these people gotta have another cause though, right? And another one. So crazy, man. MS Coast Live, thanks for two. We survived the ski mask way. I hear talking about the weather. I went out today, man. I thought, oh my God, I'm gonna have a heat stroke. If you've never been to like Tennessee, the humidity here, it is otherworldly. There are places that are hotter than Tennessee. My God, the humidity. Nancy, thanks for the vibe. We have a heat advisory for tomorrow. Yeah, Sarasota, Florida. It's a little hot here. I can imagine. You know. Ugh. When those heat advisories come in, so maybe they can't imagine it. And write a chick. 14 months. Okay, Tuck. It's been 14 months. After all this time, we're best friends, which means I can start to borrow money. Do you have $20 I can borrow? You're $20 in advice, $20 in entertainment. How's that for you? Indeed. Jack's Bob, thanks for the vibe there. It's so crazy that these people get offended by Legos and Muppets. The jury and judge is going to laugh at them. How do you explain that to others? And, you know, it doesn't even matter. Like the thing is, they brought litigation that they never intended to go forward. So their claims that they put in there, you know, when they shop it to like a listening public, they want to bring up all these claims. Well, they abandoned the claims. They abandoned all that. But they used it as a bludgeon to dox people, to make threats, to do damage. And we rightfully won because, again, they ended up causing us to win. So we are entitled to our win. That's their bad. And that's the thing. Like, all of their complaints about Muppets or anything, none of it matters. Because they didn't believe in it. It was garbage and they knew better. If they weren't going to do anything with it, they knew. You had a retired lawyer and you had a practicing lawyer. And those two together, they should have known better. And they did know better. That's the kicker with it, you know. David, thanks for the 10 months there. It's weird, but I have my fun Muppet avatars. Thinks he's on. Yeah, indeed. You know, there are good things that come up in this stuff. So, I mean, that is the fun part of it there. Unhung. Thanks for the 5 there. I feel like I'm being called out. I'm anonymous because being conservative while working for a California-based company isn't kosher. No, when you're talking about anonymous, look, I'm anonymous, you know, to a degree. That's the one thing I went with. Anonymous isn't a problem. What you're talking about here is these people. She was springing up sock puppet accounts. And on Facebook, a lot of the sock puppet accounts, you can use one account and you can start posting in some boards and stuff as anonymous. So it goes even further, you know. And she was creating dozens of accounts like that. And when Megan talks about using anonymous accounts, she's talking about not using an account that, like me, again, you know, obviously that umbrella guy is not my name. But when I say an anonymous account, what I mean is an account that is not attached. Like, you know, it's my voice. You know, I don't have like random account. Even back in the day, like we would create, you know, for live streams way back, accounts to goof off and, you know, troll accounts way back in Twitter. And we'd identify them on live stream and we'd abandon them right then. But That's what we mean by that. So yeah, I mean, that's a good distinction too. I have nothing against anonymous accounts. I firmly believe people should have anonymous accounts. You have the ability to speak without repercussion. You shouldn't fear repercussion. She had, she wanted to say that that board was ran by Hales because somehow in some way this quote unquote fan group, it has all these anonymous accounts. They have to be people like Megan and stuff, even though she was over there running dozens of accounts that are actually named anonymous. That's what it calls it. It just calls it anonymous and then with a number or something. You know, not every Facebook group allows that, by the way. It's a feature that's turned on too. So you have sock puppet accounts, but then you have actual anonymous. Vice, baby. What's up, man? How's it going, brother? Thanks for the 10 there. Raw. Hope everything is treating you well. Indeed. It is. It is going okay. It is. Thank you too, bro. Andre, thanks for the 2. Lynette should sue. The money was raised for yes. Actually, like Megan said though, she doesn't have to sue. All she has to do is file complaints because that's her money. So she could file, a grievance about that. It's fraud. Keeping her money is fraud. So she could complain about that, and they'd have to give her money. They can't threaten to, we want to put it in a trust or that's not their money to do with what they want. They can say it is, but again, people have gotten in big trouble for doing that. So let's see. Rhea, thanks for the 2 there. At Sharon Oregon wants to say thank you. Wants to say thank you for just thank you. Hey, no, I'm not sure what it's for, but I appreciate it. I guess I don't know who you're talking. If you're talking to me, well, you're welcome. I'm not sure what it's for though, or who you're talking to with that. So Willie, thanks for the 5 there. The money's spent. That's the reason for the excuses. I mean, it sounds very questionable, doesn't it? It sounds like the amount of money is not there that they promise. And if it was, you would actually have some proof, right? Sheila, thanks for the 2. Paperwork I saw today, BBB paid bankruptcy. Yeah. We saw the receipt that was in there, the $6,000 plus. It was that was the fundraiser that they did. They paid that amount that they said was going to go to the federal, for a federal lawyer. That's how they made everybody think it was. They channeled it over for bankruptcy. It's going to be interesting to see if people really want to give money after all this madness again. Sassy, thanks for the month there. Why does my icon change colors? It was another color. Am I in trouble? Also, mailing stuff for the girls tomorrow. Are you going before birthday? Yeah. I'll go over there right before for sure. But I will for sure. I'll check the P.O. box before the birthday there. And I'm not sure. Like, is it for a membership maybe? Is that why? The only reason I can think of with icons is for memberships. Oh, she got a gift and couldn't do a super. Okay, I see. You're right. Yeah, that's awesome. I love the gifted memberships. Yeah, 100%. That's what they're there for, and I'm glad you got one. I love it because when gifted memberships, they'll land on people that they couldn't get them otherwise a lot of times. And that's great. I love that. Thank you for knowing that. Defluffy, what's up? Thanks for the 5 for Lug to help cope with bug zoomies. I know for sure. You could tell she's like, oh my gosh. She's a good sister though. She is. Yeah, I'll have to show her this one too. You're so talented. Like, yeah, she's talented. She's a good kid too. She's a very good kid. She loves to make stuff, man. Barb, thank you for the membership there. Thank you. Welcome. Thank you for the membership. Welcome to Thugs, Barb. Thank you very much. That is much appreciated. Sassy, So thanks for that. Also, I've been a member longer than a month. Why has it all changed? This is crazy help. Girls, I'm not sure. I don't know. I don't know why it did that. I have no idea. I wish I could try. I wish I could like I wish they had like been subscribed for however long too. That way you could tell how long people had been around as well. And then memberships, how long people would actually, like you could tell these features. I wish they would add that kind of stuff. But they don't give, I wish they also had some control where if it messes up, I could fix it, And thank you, Sassy. I know you've been here for a while. I know that for sure. Fallen Hero, thank you for the gifted membership there too. Thank you, Fallen Hero, again. Much appreciated from you, bro. Sharon, thanks for the 5. Tug, did you get my new email from Muppet? I know you're busy. Yeah, it's just been crazy. I know there's been requests for some that I've gotten a few here and there, but I just, there's a few there. I've just, man, when I get a minute, I definitely will. I apologize. It's just been, I feel like I've been going. Like I said, today, I was out all day. Tomorrow, be more of the same, man. Kids' birthdays this weekend. So if I get a chance, I definitely will, though. And thank you, too. Barb, thanks for the 5 there. Hello, Tug and Megan. Art Supplies for Love from Alberta, Canada. Thank you for that. Alberta, Canada, man. I wonder how things are price-wise in Canada. We're talking about how crazy prices are. I wonder how they are there. Sassy, thanks for the 2. Also, what art supplies does Lung need or want? She likes to make, you see how like she's making things like that, like she made a record player, she just made it out of whatever she could find. So if you have any ideas for like stuff that would work for, just like creating stuff like that, and then take a shot at it. I don't know. Sometimes like for me, I don't know. Like, I don't know what some of the items that would help with stuff like that. Like I said, she likes to make like, interesting, creative, like she likes to build her little robots and stuff like that. So I don't know if you have her idea though, for sure. Uriah, thanks for the 5 there. Really looking forward to seeing Hyde. Yeah, with that actually looked interesting with Ridley Scott, like a raising. I watched with open mouth. Johnny's best. It's good to see him like getting some real roles. So again, and having Hollywood. I mean, again, he is a huge monetary attraction. It's good to see the man getting real work and having his reputation. He needs one really good blockbuster of a movie, just to really follow up with, at this stage in his career, he needs something massive to truly tell Hollywood, not just to say he's back, but to say that he's back as a box office grab. I mean, you look at the amount of money some of these, the reason the Hollywood wants him back too, is if you look at some of these independent films and the amount of money, the amount of name recognition, he's a advertising machine these days too. So that's been very positive for him. Yeah, I think you're right, Rio. Right. Gamer Jack, thanks for the 2. The mind is willing, the body says nope. Indeed. Indeed. That's how I felt like trying to climb up and put the little one to bed. When she took off, I would have gone up after her, but and made sure she got in bed. And so I was like, oh my God, I can't run up and down these steps right now. My leg's going to fall off. I've been going full tilt for, let's see, 7 or 8 days now, and I feel it. I definitely feel it. Wheat Toast, thanks for the gift and membership. Wheat Toast, baby. What's up, Wheat Toast? I'm glad to see you, my friend. K-Rab, thanks for the fun there. 62, I've had 2 strokes. September, my kids, both adults and I, are going to China and Japan. Age is a state of mind. Indeed. And you got to do while you can, like I can enjoy life. That's the thing. You do. There will be a time when my body, I'm sure, will not let me do whatever, unless for something tragic happens before then. But there'll be a time where my body will turn on me. Before that time, I'm going to enjoy life. I'm going to do it my best. This year has been a slog, but yeah, like you said, you power through. My stepfather's 76. He goes out and mows and does all this and will not let anybody. I'm like, dude, let me at least get y'all somebody to mow or something. I'll pay for it or whatever. I'll figure it out. No, God, no, can't do that. So I hear it. But Naked Chief, thanks for 5. Kind of disappointed. No request to declare lips to be morally bankrupt or sentence her to read us to hell. Otherwise, a well-written complaint. Yeah, indeed. Well, maybe we're saving that thunder and striking that lightning down from on high. Maybe we're saving that for later. I hear you though. Yeah, I thought the complaint was good. I actually thought it was a well-written complaint. Again, they've done the damages, and there will be people out there that'll say, oh my God, I can't believe you're doing that. Why? They may try to do it again to us. Why not be like, yo, they've already tried to blame, because you're still going to have to get involved. Why not take the driver's seat? They've already had the power, because these people have tried to exert power and influence over us. And they've done it to so many other people. Why not take over? Like I said, there'll always be the nays, but sometimes you got to. I don't like the idea of lips having control over us at all. Like that really does irritate. It's nasty there. Oh yeah, Travis, the chicken thing. That's right, for Megan Hallwater. Thank you, Travis, by the way, buddy. I got you there. I don't know. I just drew a blank. Like I said, I've been up too long, I think. So after a while, you're just like, oh, I don't remember. What was that? Thank you, man. Melissa, thanks for the 2 months. What is the safe harbor letter sent to Randy from Michael? The safe harbor letter. I don't know. We'll roll through everything and see exactly what's all there. We'll go through any filing, any exhibit, anything like that. So I'm not. It's just for some reason my mind's not. Again, I think my brain's tired right now. I apologize. It's not coming to me there. But we'll go through every filing that's attached, every exhibit. We'll go through everything that's been noted. It'll be fun. It'll be interesting. But thanks for the 5 there. My body turned on me a long time ago. I'm now finally changing that. It feels great. Painful, but great. Indeed. See, that's what I feel like right now. Like the problem is, like I said, I was given that one medication. Man, I could not function with it. It stopped one problem, but it gave me like 3 others. So it was just a mess. Now with this other stuff, I'm at least hitting a baseline. But again, like doctors seem willing to consign yourself to they want you to look at yourself like you're sick. And I don't want to look at myself like I'm sick. If I have something I have to work around, fine. And if I did have something where I couldn't do something, fine. But I refuse to let myself just not do. That's not working for me. So I kicked out the first day. I walked about 7,000 steps, which was something. And then every day since then, I've pushed at least 10,000. I'll get a whole week of that under me. man, I mean, I'm out of shape. I feel it, because like I said, I couldn't do anything with all that mess that first minute. I could not get them to change it. It was so awful. But with this new doctor, at least, they've been better. Let me make sure I didn't miss anything. I think I'm going to end. I'm going to go lay down. I'm tired, Leslie's file. Did you know that Leslie filed a safe harbor under it? She's talking. Good luck talking. Like I said, just quack, quack, quack. Like I said, she's just going to keep running her mouth. She's going to cause herself problems. See, I thought she was leaving. I thought she wasn't going to say or do anything else. I guess she's going to run again. It's going to be fascinating. I've never picked up so much. I picked up gigabytes of proof against her. Anyway, I'm going to let y'all go. Okay, I got a raider coming back in. So we'll talk tomorrow. See ya.